Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to get you styled up with Stitch Fix. Shopping's hard. It's hard. With Stitch Fix, you get a stylist, though, who understands your style, your size, your budget, and they do all the shopping for you.
Wow.
This is excellent. Shopping, I'm telling you, shopping and figure out your style, it's overwhelming. Let somebody help you when it comes to getting dressed. We don't know what we're doing, so we let Stitch Fix help us out. A Stitch Fix stylist there. They know what works on us. We get the prices that make us look really good, and it feels good. You get some confidence boost walking around knowing that you're looking decent here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just give the stylist our sizes, style, budget preferences. We order boxes when we want, how we want, no subscription or any of that required. And they send called Just For Me pieces as well. Like, maybe you'd like this, and it's awesome. Outfit recommendations, styling tips. You keep what you love, you send back the rest. It's super easy.
Yep.
You can do it, and we are doing it because it's excellent. Personal styling for everyone. Get started today at stitchfix.com/STM. That's stitchfix.com/STM.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about Rocket Money. It's the start of a new year. It's the perfect time to get organized, set your goals, prioritize what matters most. And for me, top priority is getting myself together here. Financial wellness, doing that, which that feels important, you know? Just feels like adult stuff that you have to do. And thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable now. They show me all my subscriptions in one place, help me easily cancel ones I forgot that I've been paying for, which happened to me. Absolutely happened to me. I had, for years, I was paying for something. I was like, what is going on here? Rocket Money found it and saved me lots of money since then, because it's been a while. So they did a great job here. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder today. That's rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder. rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hi, I'm Ashley Flowers, and if you're like me and grew up watching America's Most Wanted and reading Nancy Drew, then hi, you're a crime junkie. And I bet that passion for solving mysteries never went away, which is why we've assembled a team of reporters to dig deep into all the cases we still obsess over. Each Monday, my best friend Britt and I will bring you a case that you won't be able to stop thinking and talking about. So join us by listening to Crime Junkie wherever you listen to podcasts.
This week, in Jenks, Oklahoma, what appears to be a tragic accident is actually a deep, dark plot full of sex, greed, and murder. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wissman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy, this is a wild one, too. Man, I know I say that every week. Never mind. Just assume from now on it's just wild.
It's a real
all the
rodeo
time.
around here.
This is. We're going to Oklahoma, and it's an interesting case, and this is actually, well, we'll talk about it then. But quickly, before we get started, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Tickets for the 2023 tour should be cooking over there. November the 28th, the 29th, there's a pre-sale. You got to go to shutupandgivememurder.com and check it out, or follow us at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook, at Murder Small on Twitter to get all the details. But let me quickly run through the dates for everybody just so you can start making your plans here. February the 10th in Cleveland, February the 11th in St. Louis, March 23rd and 24th in Seattle, March 25th, Portland, May the 5th in Detroit, May the 6th in Pittsburgh, July 15th in San Diego. Where are we here? July 28th, Salt Lake City, July 29th, Denver, August 11th, Minneapolis, August 12th, Chicago, at a beautiful venue, too. The Auditorium Theater, huge venue. Let's get in there, guys. September September 8th in Atlanta, September 9th in Charlotte, October the 6th in Philadelphia, October the 7th, Washington, D.C., Boston, New York, Milwaukee, Phoenix dates are coming. So those are definitely coming. We'd love to go everywhere. We can't go everywhere. We don't, with our recording schedule, it's impossible. So we have to pick kind of, the best we can do. This is it. We can't wait for it. We're super excited. Also, patreon.com/crime and sports. You want to get in there this week. Oh, my goodness, do you get the good bonus episodes? And you always do. If anybody $5 or above, you're going to get access to the whole back catalog of bonus stuff. It's a ton of episodes to binge. In addition to that, every other week you're going to get 2 new episodes, 1 crime and sports, 1 small town murder. This week is no different. What you're going to get this week is, first of all, the alleged crimes of Ben Roethlisberger. Known as this heroic Super Bowl, quarterback and all this, but man, has he had some really nasty things, accusations laid at him, and they're nasty, so we'll talk about those. Then for small town murder, it's the prisoner dating game.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's back. Oh, we cannot wait. I line up 4 bachelors and 4 bachelorettes for Jimmy. The only thing they have in common is, number 1, they're all violent felons and currently incarcerated. He's going to go based on nothing but their dating profile descriptions, has no idea. And then once he picks someone, then we get to find out what they did and who they are. And that's always a lot of fun. You got to check
thing they have in common is they're the least desirable people on the planet to date.
That's right, and bad decisions all around. So check that out. That is that's patreon.com/crime and sports is where you do that, and you get a shout out at the end of the show. Quick disclaimer: this is a comedy show.
It is.
We're comedians. We're going to tell you crazy stories, but they're all real. That's the wild part. The research is really good. We do research like it's like it's some kind of very serious show, but then there's comedy in it. That's the thing.
Right.
And there's comedy around other things. There's nothing funny about an actual murder. Nothing funny about, then he's stabbing her in the face. Oh, that's hilarious.
Horrific.
That's not funny. And we make fun of murderers. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
What do we have? Well, we have no recourse on that.
Fuck them. That's why.
That's right. So if that sounds good to you, we're going to have a good time. If you think true crime and comedy should never go together, I don't know. Why are you here? You read the description of the show. You're taking a chance. Take a chance. What do you want from me? Listen, you like it, great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Button it. There you go. That said, I think it's time, everybody, to oh, wait, no, we'd never make fun of the victims or the victims' families.
Why, James?
Because we're assholes.
But
not scumbags. That's right. That said, I think it's time to sit back, clear the lungs, everybody. No matter where you are, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're in the middle of a family gathering, if you're at the gym, if you're in your office, stand on your goddamn desk in your cubicle and shout, Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, Jimmy.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip.
All
we
right.
are going all the way back for us to Oklahoma. We just got back from Oklahoma. In real life, we went there to do a show.
Fuck.
And I have to say, Oklahoma City, what an amazing crowd, number one.
Wow.
There's
stunning.
Some of the nicest people we've ever run into are in Oklahoma City. The people from the venue who are sometimes, venue people are sometimes surly. Not Oklahoma City, just kind, welcoming. The people, polite crowd, welcoming. They were
Hotel rooms were ready.
It was wild. Yeah, we couldn't believe it. So very good presentation. If you don't know, I'm a bit stuffed up. I caught a bit of the Oklahoma while I was there, though. I'm voice a little scratchy. Brought it home with me, but
one of the best crowds I've ever seen.
So we're going to Oklahoma. We're going to Jenks, Oklahoma. And by the way, we did a live show. We did the Oklahoma live show in Oklahoma, and no one's offended, so no one is allowed to be here because 600-something people in a room laughed till they cried about it.
One man told me after the show, James, that he jogs by the house of the victims in this.
Oh, really?
Yes, every day.
Holy shit. All right, well, let's get into this. We're going all the way to Jenks, Oklahoma, here, northeastern Oklahoma. It's about, it's not the opposite of the panhandle, so I guess this would be the pan.
The other side.
The other side of the pan here. 25 minutes to Tulsa, which if you've seen an episode of the first 48, it's always the most terrifying ones are in Tulsa. Always. It's always just like, The cops are like just running their fingers through their hair going, how could someone do this to another human being? Like that's every episode of Tulsa. His own grandmother. How could he do it? I mean, I get cutting her head off, but did he have to repeatedly fuck the neck hole? Really? You have to do that to your own grandmother? And he won't admit it. He just won't admit it.
You got it right in the gizzard.
That's Tulsa. So I can understand why people would want to flee.
The first 48 is like a game show for cops. And Tulsa will never beat the clock.
Ever. No, Tulsa. There's a few of them on there.
48's going to run out on them every time.
Nashville a lot, too. They'll run out there pretty quick, too. 2 hours, here we go. Oh, an hour 35 to Oklahoma City as well. Mm-hmm. It's in Tulsa County. Area code 539. It has a motto, the antique capital of Oklahoma. Oh. Antiques. Or no one wants our old shit. So we still have a lot of it.
We're hanging on to a lot.
In case you want to come buy some of it.
We got a surplus of elderly shit.
Main Street is half antique stores. It's all antique stores. That's all it is.
Surplus of shit that used to be white and now it's yellow.
Because it's been in the sun in the window for the last 40 years. So Jenks began in 1904, for a little history here, as a community site established by the Midland Valley Railroad. So,
oh my God.
One of those. It's not like an organic town where people are like, this is a nice place to set up. The railroad was like, our conductors could use a stop to pee. Now, I feel like this is the right space. It's between Tulsa and Muskogee, so they're like, good pee spot right here.
Yeah.
And it runs alongside the Arkansas River, which, by the way, if you see the Arkansas River in this area, it just looks shallow and murky, and there's like dry spots in it. You're like, oh God, what happened? It's brown and muddy and not good.
It looks like the Colorado at the end.
Yeah, it really, like when it trickles into Mexico. Yeah, it's not a good looking river. This doesn't look like you want to grab your jet ski and go out there and film a Mountain Dew commercial. This is a different thing completely.
Using the word river real fucking liberally.
Yeah, this is interesting. The water level here, and the water level of the river really kind of had a lot to do with the fate of this town in the beginning. Mm-hmm. When the water levels were low, nobody could get here to do anything, to bring things, and then it would go up, and they're like, hey, everybody get your shit on the steamboat and let's go. A weird place. It was named after the owner and director of the Midland Valley Railroad, William Henry Jenks. So again, very organic town, just springing forth
old Billy
from the
Jenks.
earth. Yeah, that's the man right there. The town was officially platted in 1905. Not until there was a major petroleum discovery there. Oh. They went, there's oil, start laying streets out. Come on. This is a good place we found.
We got a business now.
Oh, thank God for that conductor's weak bladder. So we had to make a stop because now we found oil. This is great. So this boosted up the area. They had the Glenpool oil well, which at a live show we had a picture of this, and it was these horrific, like hellscape, Mad Max, post-apocalyptic,
like a haunted picture.
It was with there's smoke and oil things everywhere with little houses between them. It just looked like a nightmare. This area looked terrible.
It looked like a drawing. Remember that book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Oklahoma style. Yeah, if there was a Oklahoma version. That's
all the pictures in that book look like this.
It's disturbing.
Look like spirits were raising from it.
No shit. So as the oil production waned, they dismantled the tank farms of all the oil there, and then agriculture became the thing here. And in the 1920s, Bulgarian immigrants came here.
Yeah.
To farm, specifically Bulgarian, specifically here.
We heard about this wide swath of land, all empty.
I know it's been oil. We feel like farms could happen here, and it worked. They made shit. Bulgarians can farm their asses off, apparently. Until I did this research for this story, I completely forgot Bulgaria existed as a country. I absolutely did. I had no idea. I was like, oh yeah, Bulgaria. Holy shit. I've never heard listeners say, fucking tweet at us if you're Bulgarian or whatever, because I've honestly never heard of it. I've never been talking to a person and they're like, yeah, I'm 100% Bulgarian. So when I go, never heard that. Have you?
No, but I always mix up Bulgaria and Bavaria because I didn't know that Bavaria was a country.
Well, I mean, I forgot Bulgaria even existed, so I know I've never mixed it up with anything because I forgot about it.
Called them Bulgarian cream pies.
Oh man, that's just an Eastern European porn category, though. I believe Bulgarian cream pies, isn't it? That's
its own hairier.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like seven guys. Contributions, it's a different type of movie, I believe. I'm not sure.
Healthy fellas.
Very healthy. So from the early 1900s, like when they first got here, 1904, all the way up through the 1950s, this place floods constantly. Constantly. The Arkansas River's constantly flooding. The Polecat Creek is constantly flooding. In the 20s and 30s, there's these severe floods. Water's so deep that it covered every building in the city, except for the school, because it was 3 stories high. All the 2 stories got covered.
The highest building in town is
the school. So
hilarious.
They evacuate the town.
Yeah.
Obviously, because what are you going to do unless they got scuba gear? Unless they have their scuba gear ready, I don't know what they're going to do here. So, except for 2 men and 1 woman. They left behind. Yeah, you never know. Hey,
dirty.
He could be sterile. We got to repopulate this bad boy. If his dick don't work, you're the backup. You're up first because you're a little more handsome, and that's how we'd like people to remember us. But you're next in case his dick don't work. So
you're the DH.
Keep it hard in the corner just in case, would you? Just keep on.
Sit there and rub it.
Just rub it a little bit. You know how to do it. Just keep it going, would you? Keep it going like a fire. You know what I mean? You want to stoke the coals a bit and get that bad boy cooking.
That is the creepiest part of the gangbang.
I don't know if that's the creepiest part. There's a lot of creepy parts. I could probably make you a list of creepy parts of that shit.
No,
I would think.
I'm positive the creepiest part is watching a man
put him in a cup and shake him like Yahtzee dice. I think whatever comes out is probably just as good as the next thing. Probably. In terms of creepy, right?
It's pretty fucking creepy.
It is creepy watching a guy staring at what's going on, stroking
when they pan around the room and it's just dudes rubbing the thing. Why did you do that?
Why do I want to see this? This makes no sense. That would be like you're watching a football game and they cut to like the somebody in the hot dog stand in the back, like actually cooking things. You'd be like, why are you doing this? There's 22 guys playing football down there. It's way more interesting. What's happening?
Just show me the line to the bathroom.
Yeah, hey, look at that. So strange. So anyway, they left these people here on top. They set up shop on top of the school to guard the remains of Jenks. It's completely underwater. Yeah. Who's going to come in and take things? What are you guarding? There's nothing to guard.
Just making sure the water don't recede too fast.
Holy shit. They had 1 shotgun, 1 small boat, some food, and a tent. And they just stayed on top of the school for a few weeks until...
They had a lot of shells. 1 shotgun.
Just 1 shotgun. I mean, they probably don't even need the shotgun. Who are they shooting? Fish? There's fucking water everywhere. There's no one around. Not even animals around. There's nothing. Right. So finally, the Army Corps of Engineers built a levee around Jenks and was like, yeah, you fucking morons, we got this. Yeah. Stop. It's flooding, stupid. So, and then in 1986, there was a flood there, but they fixed the levee and everything. So it's all good at this point. It doesn't look like it's going to flood anytime soon. Reviews of this town. Oh, boy, I love the reviews so much. So much. Here we go. Reviews. 2 stars is the first one. This guy, oh man, this has got to be an irritating person to talk to in person. Quote, the summers are very hot and the winters are very cold.
What the hell are you saying?
No, hold on a minute. Daytime, the sun's out, and nighttime, it's dark? Are you kidding me? Hold on.
Suns and moons, what?
Boy, are you bullshitting me or what? Come on now. It's so fucking weird. Jenks was once a riverbed, so it floods quite frequently, especially at the school. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You want to put the school in the most heavily flooded place there is. Excellent.
Sink or swim, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's pass or fail right there on a large-scale basis, I would say.
We ain't handing out C's today.
You just see bubbles rising, and they're like, Mark him down as a fail. Tommy Flanagan's a fail. Hold on. No, he's done. He's drowned. He sank like a stone. Fail. One day in March, it was 80 degrees, and the next day it snowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's generally what it is.
Interesting. Allergy season is also terrible. Well, there's something we can all agree on. That's good. At least we all have that we know of. 2 stars here. Jenks is a suburb, so most of the people that live here like the quietness / relative wealth of the community and commute to their jobs. There are very few fulfilling places to work in the actual town of Jenks. You're 25 minutes from Tulsa, so hop in the car, Chief.
There's plenty of places to be.
This person's very excited. 5 stars, couldn't be better. Perfect. Still the small town feel, even as the population grows. It's an exclamation point. So he's very happy about that. The school system is one of the best around. As Oklahoma suffers from poor school quality in general, Jenks shines bright and is he means to say beacon here, but spells it beckon. Becon is a beacon for the other public schools. So this guy, while touting the education, misspelled beacon into beacon.
Terrific.
It could be bacon. I don't even care. I hate this person already. The downtown area is fun and inviting with things from antique shopping to an axe throwing store. Oh,
great.
A to A. It's all covered. They got it. Wow.
Yellow Pages is thin around here.
Yeah, it's it. Well, I mean, it's thick, but it's all one thing. So it's all two things. That's it. There's an Apple store, too, because that fits in the middle of it. We do have that. It's a very large Apple store, actually, biggest one in Oklahoma. There is a nice range of eateries to choose from. We even boast a large aquarium. We even boast a large aquarium.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's terrific, sir. That's where we keep our queers. Don't you know that? It's a nice place. No, it ain't mean. We bring them on in and they dance around. It's a nice place. You take the kids. You know how it goes here.
For a quarter, you put it in one of those little machines and you can feed them.
You can feed. It's nice, yeah. No, they eat regular foods like everybody. I'm surprised, too. That's what this guy says. No.
Give you a little cup and you can feed them from your hand. They won't bite.
The schools are real good around here. Oh, God. The police are effective without being militant. I suppose that's good. The officers are kind and respectful of the public. Good. I find the fire department to be a little lagging in their response time.
Oh.
How often are you calling the fire department where you can rate them based on the last experience you've had with them? Wow.
Who in your family is a flamer?
No shit. No shit. That's okay. 3 stars. Jenks overall is a wonderful town. It has a small town feel despite having such a large school.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. I don't know what that means.
It's not Columbus, where everything's about the school.
That's so weird. My only complaint is that the Jenks police officers don't arrest people because it might look bad on the school.
Oh.
What is that? Do they want, are they looking for more children to be arrested? Or can you be like a 43-year-old man that butchered 6 prostitutes and they're like, Billy went to the high school, though? Well, maybe if we tell him to leave town and not come back, maybe we could.
He had perfect attendance in '87. It's going to look bad.
He was on the football team, man. We can't. This is going to look bad on the school.
I feel like the school did this too.
Oh, Jesus. Population, 24,257. It's way up since 2000. It's more than doubled since 2000. So people are flocking here, running from the Tulsa neck fucking incidents, obviously. More females than males. A lot of people 25 to 44 and kids under 14. Families sitting there having a couple kids, watching First 48. They get terrified. They move over here. That's how it works.
Out of here.
Higher married population, lower single with no children population, all of that. Race of this town, 76.9% white, 2.8% black, 3.5% Asian, 4.8% Native American, which is way higher than normal, and 5.6% Hispanic. 64.1% of the people here are religious. So it is quite religious. And the highest one that I can find is just slightly edging, it is the Baptists. They take it, they edge out the Methodists, and they win the area. As we know, the Baptists are the Catholics of the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's how this works. Last election, 40.9% of the people voted Democratic, 56.5% voted Republican, and 2.7% voted Independent. The unemployment rate is about normal here. Tulsa's right there. There's a lot of jobs. Median income is high, though. Median household income here, $90,039.
Great.
Way higher than the national average. Cost of living here is about average, though. 100
That's
is
awesome, too.
100's regular. Here it's 96, so not that bad. Median home cost here, $257,700, which is low. And if we've convinced you, damn it, that aquarium and those schools are calling your name. It's a beckon for you, and you can't help it. We have for you the Jenks, Oklahoma Real Estate Report. Your average two-bedroom rental here goes for about $1,023, so that's lower than the national average. House number one is 4 shitty houses on one property.
Oh.
It's 4 bad houses. They're all about 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,100 square feet, which is fine, but they're all dumpy, and none of them look like they're even in the same neighborhood as each other, but they're all...
They're all together, though?
They're not the same style. One's mint green, one's like a brick house, one's got weird siding on it. You're like, what 4 people built these houses, like...
And then this guy bought them all?
All 4 people were like, you go build a house, you, and me, and we'll all build a house, and then we'll see what it looks like on the same yard. So
it was a game show?
That's what I think it was. This was like a weird experiment, like an early HGTV from the 60s or something. They're all $198,750 each, or you can get the whole lot of it for $795,000. I don't know if that adds up. I'm not sure. Feels a little short, but
feels like if you buy one shirt for $7.99, 2 shirts for $20.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a square deal. House number 2, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,882 square feet. It's a real, built in the suburb, and it's nice, it's clean, it's fine, it's boring, kind of your standard house here. Just reduced, it's $285,000 though. So for that kind of house, it's a good price.
It's gonna keep going down, I got a feeling.
It's gonna keep, maybe. This one here, I don't even know how this exists in this area. 6 bedrooms, 7 bath, T-bowl for each and every b-hole. 15,835 square feet. It looks like the Wolf of Wall Street's house. It's got a big grotto in the middle. It's a ridiculous, silly mansion. It's so silly. It's on 10 acres. It's gorgeous. $2,150,000, which is expensive, but
affordable.
for that house, it's low. Yeah, if you're looking for a $2 million house, that's the biggest one you're going to find. We'll tell you that.
If you're looking for a $10 million house, you just saved $7.5 million.
Of course, you have to live in Jenks, Oklahoma, but that's the only downfall. Things to do here, obviously the aquarium. You got to do that. You got to go down to the aquarium and look around. It's Oklahoma's.
See their clownfish.
You got to do it. It's the state's only freestanding aquarium. Well, I don't know what difference that makes, but
they got another one, but it's over there in the Rainforest Cafe.
It's different. Yeah, we don't need none of that. Also they have Rooster Days, which is a festival of some kind. It looks like a fair. Looks like a big county fair. Lots of like corn dogs and fried foods that shouldn't be fried. That they put it on a stick and give it to you. There's a parade, and they have local youth performers. That sounds wonderful. Let's watch.
Like that.
If you have any interest in watching kids who aren't related to you perform anything, you're a pedophile. I'm sorry. That's it. Like live, if you would go somewhere, I'm not saying like, America's Got Talent with kids on it or something. You're like, oh, look at that kid. I'm not saying that. But if you're like, I'm going to go down to the parade and just watch them little girls dance, I don't trust you. I just don't trust you unless one of them's your niece or something.
I fucking creep.
Absolutely. Travis Kidd will be performing.
Yeah.
Who just looks like a depressed middle manager of some he's like it works in HR at some office. The Grant Sterling band will be there. Yay.
Oh,
Donnie Vinn will be there. Oh boy. The Crow band, Mr. and Miss Little Rooster Days, because there's a pageant obviously. And the Paul Holt Band will be there as well. So now for the Miss Rooster Days, this is a big event there. The rules are, and there's a shitload of rules, but I'm going to read the first rule because I feel like it's probably the most important to these people and the rest of it. Contestants must be a high school sophomore or junior. I'm out. You know, that sweet spot right in there. You know what I'm saying? When there's grass on the field, but it ain't overgrown. You know what I'm talking about. Don't need no mowing. You know what I'm saying, right? You know, we'll have a whole contest and just look at them girls and tell you. We'll decide who's the prettiest. What do you say? Like, creepy. I don't like it. I'm grossed out.
Just the girls that don't own Tiff mowers.
No good. Gross, man. So crime rate in this town, besides the pageant, what we're interested in here. So crime rate in this town, what we're interested in here, property crime is about 1/3 under the national average.
Oh.
So a little bit low, actually. And then violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and, of course, assault, the Mount Rushmore of crime, is about also 1/3 under the national average. So
very safe.
Safe place. That said, let's talk about an absolutely horrible murder, shall we?
Wonder where it wasn't so safe for somebody?
How safe it is here. So let's start out with there's a guy named Timothy Sean Stemple. Okay, he's 31 years old. It's 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and his wife isn't home. Okay, now she's not out partying or anything like that. According to court documents here, I'm going to read right from the document because the way court documents put things sometimes, different states do things differently. Because whoever's writing the document, some people, you can tell they have a little bit of writer in them and they want to make it like a narrative. You know what I mean? The beginning of like the facts of the case they'll say like the facts read like a sordid second-rate murder mystery, or like they'll say shit like that and then they'll add their own and it's kind of fun to read. Then sometimes it's like just like almost like a little readout, like this happened at 3:34 p.m. Man went here 4:44. Like it's very dry. This is kind of in the middle and it's hilarious. It just says he called police at about 3:30 a.m. about his wife.
Yeah. Next
sentence. He said his wife Trisha was having bad cramps. Hello? 911? Yeah. She's being a real bitch this time. No, I'm serious. Like, no, I know you said don't call no more just because I get it, but like it's I know it's cramps, but for real, like she's unnecessarily starting things, and like y'all should come down here and talk to her. She's just being a real pain in my ass right now.
She's bringing up a lot of the past.
She's just everything. I'm like, that's old stuff. That's old stuff. Why you got to talk about that? Thought we said that was over. You know, things like that.
911. Yeah, there's a lot of tears.
Yeah, 911. Yeah, it's me again. Let me tell you something, boy. I mean, this is just something over here. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor ever, Simply Safe. Absolutely. These people will keep you safe. It's amazing. You know that every 26 seconds a burglary takes place in the United States, according to the FBI. That means that by the time this podcast is over, dozens and dozens of homes will have been targeted, ransacked. God knows what happens here. So protect your home before it's too late with Simply Safe proactive security system. Simply Safe helps stop threats before they even have a chance to break in. Named Best Home Security System by U.S. News and World Report 5 years in a row. And by us for about the last 8 years as well. If you trust us, believe me, you want Simply Safe. So visit simplysafe.com/small to claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plan and your first month free. That's simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about Sono Bello. You know, the most known secret with celebrities and influencers and all these famous people is so many of them have had lipo. They've had lipo, whether it's a little touch-up here or a total makeover.
Yeah.
Nobody has a perfect body. That's the thing.
No.
They may look like it on TV, but there's things that help that. Absolutely. Lipo now has changed, and Sono Bello's been at the forefront with using LAL technology and getting those beautiful and natural outcomes for each person. Looking real natural. Our friends at Sono Bello are offering their best deal. You're now included in their winter savings event, but appointments are limited, so please get on this. Sono Bello doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal, a brilliant technique that removes stubborn fat permanently wherever your problem areas are. Tummy, love handles, thighs, arms, it's gone in one comfortable visit. Eating healthy and workouts are great. Keep doing that, but if you want to lose that stubborn fat in one visit, check out Sono Bello. Save big during their winter savings event. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/smalltownmurder. That's sonobello.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
So then the next sentence clarifies that he tells them that she went to Wal-Mart at about 2, but still isn't home. There's a real gentleman there too. He was like, "You got cramps? All right, well, see you when you get back. Walmart's that way. They're open 24 hours. I don't know. I got a Sega Genesis game going on. I ain't got time for this bullshit."
see if you crunch up Pamprin and Midol.
Yeah.
If you snort it, it'll get in your bloodstream faster. That way, by the time you come back,
yeah, it'll affect you on the drive. So this is October 24th, 1996. This is going on 3:30 a.m. So yeah, he's just playing a Sega Genesis, waiting for PlayStation 1 to come out. Come on, man, what is this shit? So here he is doing that. He calls police, and at that point, both he goes out to look for his wife, and the police go out searching for her at the same time. So they're all going to go out looking for her. Now, they find her car on the side of the road, on the side of U.S. Highway 75. They find her black Nissan Maxima off on the shoulder with a flat right driver's side tire. Totally flat. So they're like, oh, shit. Okay, well, tire went flat, obviously.
Yeah.
She probably got out of the car. She must have been looking for a ride. So they get out. They do like a, look around the car with the flashlight. She's not around here. I don't see her. Maybe she got a ride. Maybe she walked over here. Somebody picked her up, something like that. They get back in their cars and they go. Okay. She's not here. Everybody can't find her. They go home. Sean goes home. That's that. No idea where she is. She must have been sucked up by a twister. Just one of those. It was a real concentrated tornado, very small.
Too close to shift change for us to do much more.
Yeah, we think she might be in Oz now. We're looking, she was taken pretty far, I'm pretty sure. We're looking, if you see a lion with a man's face, let us know about it. But
we'll put out an APB in Munchkin Land.
There's you see like a young girl, anything made of metal that can talk. That's probably something you should tell us about. I feel like there's a lot of different witches. If you see I'm talking a full blown witch though, with like flying monkey people around her. Call the police on her, please. So
this is a real Munchkin Land PD jurisdiction problem, I think.
That's all, man. I mean, come on. It's got to be. It's got to be. So they go home. It's dark, middle of the night, can't find her. Twister must have taken her. Who knows? Yeah. Then at 7 a.m., which is just after daybreak, sun comes up, or I think around the late 6s here, so it's just coming up. A man is driving to work in the morning on U.S. Highway 75.
Yeah.
And as he's driving, he sees the Maxima still on the side of the road. Yeah. And about 200 yards away from it, down some and off the road a bit, because there's very wide areas. If you're thinking of a freeway and you live in like a California or somewhere like that in Arizona maybe, you see like a freeway and there's not much on the side of it, on the exits and things, but here it's a freeway and there's large swaths of land next to the freeways that are just grass. You know what I mean? So taller grass, kind of hills. So about 200 yards from the car, this guy sees something in the grass that just doesn't look right, he thinks. So he must hate his job a lot. Like, how bad do you have to hate your job to go, well, that looks suspicious, I better pull over? Shit, if it's a corpse, I'll probably get a half day. Like, how badly does your job blow ass to fucking have to.
If I call my boss and have the detective say, yeah, he's given a statement, I could just stay all day.
I feel like I won't even have to use PTO, right? That's like a, it's an act
like this gets coded different.
Yeah, because it ain't a sick day. And it ain't PTO. It ain't my fault. Ain't taking my PTO for it. You know, I had no choice.
They might put it under jury duty. I don't know.
Maybe that's it. Jury duty, like reserve military duty. So maybe like a different alternative code, possibly.
There's a different way for the company to write this day off, and I don't care. I'm writing the day off.
I'm doing it. So this guy pulls over, seeing something weird, really wanting some time off today, and walks off the freeway 200 yards, or, not 200 because that was some of it's up. So 50, 60 yards off the road, walks into the grass to explore what this could be in the tall grass.
Holy shit.
And what he finds will definitely give him a half day because it is a human body over there.
Yes.
He's like, jackpot.
I was right.
Maybe he's just really nosy. He stops 3-4 times on the way to work every day, hoping things are bodies. It's mainly just like a tire or an old refrigerator box or something, or a homeless person who's sleeping.
Or he's a geocaching guy.
Yeah,
just like, who knows?
He's finding Pokemon fucking.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Tracking Pokemon. So this body here is the body of a young woman, actually.
Yeah.
Of a woman. It is 30-year-old Trisha Jane Ruddock Stemple. That is Timothy Sean Stemple's wife that he was looking for that went to Wal-Mart with cramps, according to him. So, yeah, this is, we found her anyway. Mystery solved, but
no more cramps.
How'd she get from there to there is the other question here.
Yeah.
So the car has a flat tire. They see that. This happened in the middle of the night because 3:30 a.m. they went there and her car was there. Yeah. So middle of the night, it was dark. Cops are starting to put it together. It looks like possibly she gets out of the car, possibly trying to flag somebody down for help or a ride or something like that. Somebody's not paying attention. It's the middle of the night. It's dark. Somebody falls asleep. You got a truck driver getting a lot lizard blowjob or something, drifting. Somebody plunks into her going 80 miles an hour. She rolls off into the weeds. There you go.
Solved.
Drunk driver, done and done. That's it.
Yeah.
Drunk driver, distracted, coming driver, whatever you want there. So they see that, and they're like, all right, that seems right. But then they get a call later on in the morning on the Crime Stoppers phone line, which is the tip line they have set up around there. And the caller says that earlier today, I don't know if this is anything, but I was driving in the middle of the night last night on Highway 75, and I saw 2 men and a woman fighting along the side of the road near a black Nissan Maxima that was parked there. So
nice tip, coward.
I didn't pull over or anything. I like my job. I wanted to get, I wasn't looking for
I had shit to do.
I had shit to do. No, he was like, I didn't know what the teams were, or I didn't know if it was like a 3-way every man for himself. I didn't know if that
seemed to be holding
triple
her
threat.
own, so
Well, I thought maybe
I like to let her have her chance.
Yeah. Or it's like her and her husband beating up on somebody else, maybe, which is like maybe he deserves it. I don't know what it was, and I just kind of Oklahoma mind my business as I'm driving, so I just kept on going. So he kept on going, but he does make the call and say that this was among more than 100 Crime Stopper calls they'd eventually get on this whole case here. So the Crime Stopper caller, another one calls later on in the afternoon and said, I saw on the side of the road in the middle of the night here. I saw, because now it's released that a body was found later on in the day. Right. They say, I saw the black Maxima, but I saw an older red pickup truck parked behind it when I passed by in the middle of the night. So there's another clue, basically. Yeah. So they're like, okay, they're trying to put this together. There was people there. Was it somebody pulled over, try to help her with the tire maybe?
Yeah.
Did something go wrong? Did someone come on to her and then, she resists them? It's the middle of the night. She's creeped out. She tries to run away. Who knows? Or did she get hit by, or is this separate? Did someone pull over to try to help her, whatever, and then she went walking and got hit by a car? Who knows? Trying to put it together. There's a lot of factors here. So they autopsy Trisha. And her injuries are horrific. I mean, they seem way more than what you would have from a drunk driver running into you once and you rolling off into the weeds here. Yeah. She has her skull and neck bones, a couple of vertebrae, and her skull are crushed. Parts of them are like not just broken, like dust. crushed and mashed.
Shit.
Her pelvis is also crushed. She has 17 broken ribs, which is
a lot.
That sounds like all of them, I think, at least.
How many we got?
That sounds like all of them plus a couple, right?
It's at least half, right?
If we had 34 ribs, that'd be wild. We'd all be 19 feet tall, wouldn't we? We'd be
as many teeth as we got ribs.
That'd be amazing. You got as many ribs as you got teeth. Also, her sternum is broken. Her arm is broken.
Oh,
I mean, these are injuries where if like maybe a semi was going 400 miles an hour, you'd have these injuries. Or she was, thrown from a plane like in Scarface or something.
Right.
Like
the chute didn't open.
Yeah.
Her whole skeleton is broken.
It's a lot of injuries for an accidental, pedestrian.
Collision. Yeah. Right.
So they're like, this is crazy. So then they put that together, which she was trying to put together the night. Mm-hmm. She left for some, Midol or something and never came back. This is how they go. So they're investigating the scene a little bit more, and they see tire tracks where a car went off the road onto the grass near there and then went back onto the highway. Huh. So they see tire tracks there. They also see some like burnout tire tracks on the actual like the shoulder of the road. Oh. And they're going in different directions. So it looks like multiple burnouts that happened right near there. So they're like, this is weird. So they start kind of a full investigation now because this is all very, suspicious
it seems that way.
It's all a little suspicious. So they bring in a guy named Rick Robertson who owns Robertson Tire Company, aptly named Robertson Tire Company. He says that he examined the car and the tire had not been driven on at all while it was flat. Like not even one rotation of the wheel.
Really?
Which everybody who drives knows you don't predict when a tire is going to go flat, pull over, and then it flattens gently over on the side of the road. You think you're on a shit road, and you're like, this fucking road sucks. Ba-bump, ba-bump. This goddamn shit. What? Hold on a sec. Is that? Oh, fuck, my goddamn shit. Fuck. And you got to get over 3 lanes the whole time. You pull over, and your tire's wrapped around your rim and twisted. And you're like, great. Perfect. That's
the vibration is a good indicator, but we don't get it until we smell smoke.
That's until we see a fire starting behind us from sparks.
A light glow.
Yeah, a light glow. We're like, hey. Well, that's not supposed to be.
Or another
like
driver pointing down.
Go, oh my God, like making like a fire signal with their hands up in the air.
Blue motions with their finger.
Yeah, that's exactly what like that's pointing to your wheel.
Yeah, and you're going
right there.
That's what that vibration is.
You're waving back. Hi. People are friendly around here. I heard Oklahoma was friendly, but this is just strangers wave to you while you drive. Hello. No, I see you. Hi. Oh, man. Maybe people are creepy around here. Your car's on fire. Oh.
People are nice, but it sure smells like Cleveland around here.
Oh, man. It smells like jizz and burning rims.
Jizz
By the way,
and tire fires.
We'll be in Cleveland on February 10th. Unhook yourselves from your suicide bars and come on down and see us. Buy some tickets. If we're coming to Cleveland in early February, even the NFL is done with you by then. You understand? No one's coming there in early February but us. That's it. So please come see us. Buffalo people, you've wanted a show for a long time. Drive to Cleveland. It's not that far. Come on through and see us. What's up? So anyway, this is the tire. That's a weird thing. Why would it be flattened on the side of the road? That's strange. Then they examine it further, and Rick Robertson says the other problem is there are spiral cuts inside the hole in the tire. So, it's been drilled, this hole. It's not a...
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like
that's not good.
No, that's pretty bad, actually. That's a giveaway. So also, her injuries being so severe as well, they're like, what is happening? This isn't like a normal thing. There's all sorts of weird factors to this. So they go, we got to go into her life and see what's going on. This doesn't look like an accident, and anybody that would go to this much trouble probably didn't just meet her, or this isn't a stranger type situation, especially with all this blunt force trauma to everywhere on her entire body. So on this, they figure out that she met Sean, her husband, Timothy Sean. He goes by Sean, by the way, Sean Stemple. She met Sean Stemple when he was 19 and she was 18.
Oh, young love.
They're 31 and 30 at this point. Well, it was young. At first, they got along amazingly well. They're from very similar families and backgrounds, both very religious and conservative. And Sean's father's a minister, so they're both raised the same way, so they get along that way. And because they are so religious and everything, and 19 and 18, she gets pregnant immediately. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. She gets pregnant within, a very short time of them meeting. And then before you know it, it's walking down the aisle time. Here comes the bride. Let's go. So, we got to get it going quick here.
9 months. Well, you only got a few weeks before this shit starts showing. It's real obvious.
You're buying that dress off the rack because we got relatives coming in from out of town, and we will not be embarrassed by this. I feel like that was the general vibe.
Let's go.
Who knows? They had they get pregnant. They have a son that at that point. And Sean begins working. Sean is trying to find a career, and this we can relate to a lot. If you're not an educated person, college-wise, and don't have like a trade school or a direction, if you're just a 19-year-old person and you're like, I'm going to go find work now, you're going to have a shitload of different jobs over the years, because that's what both of us have done.
Yeah.
Both Jimmy and myself have had these terrible jobs. This is the first thing that's really worked and stuck. Stand up and this is it. You know what I mean? Comedy in general is the first thing that's been like, oh, wow, you're not going to get fired in a week. You're actually good at this.
This is my 12th year in comedy, and it is absolutely my second longest career and best by far, because the only people that can fire me, I have to have a lot of people fire me all together at once.
And they still can't fire you. You could still do it. It would be pointless, but you could say crazy shit forever and no one could stop you. Whereas, when you worked at the grocery store or the pizza place or these others, they could tell you to stop coming to work, please. Whereas us, no one can tell us to stop. They can't. We can keep going forever. But so they end up getting together, but he can't find his path is the thing. He can't find it, just like we couldn't find it. At least you got a job at the electric company, which was a stable job for you. I never found that. Like, I was always this and that and, trying to figure it out. So he's going through the same thing. And 5 years after they get married, they have a daughter as well. So they have a son, they have a daughter. Eventually, though, they buy a small home. So they get a family home with the two kids, and, they're building. It's when you get married 19, 18 and start having kids, you're starting from a hole. So financially. Yeah. So if you can get to the point where you can buy a home and do all that, you're doing it. You've done a big thing.
You're figuring it out. You're finding your way. It's very difficult to do.
Yes, you have done a magic trick, essentially, when you do that. It's impressive. So good for these people doing that. But the problem is, over the years, we're talking by 93, 94, that it's still not, Sean still hasn't found anything yet. He still hasn't found anything. One day he's a landscaper. The next month he's delivering shit for a company. Yeah. The next month he's an exterminator. Like, he's got no...
And he can't do that a lot?
No, he's got no direction. Sean is a weird guy because it seems like he tries to act like he's a very stable, studious kind of a guy, but his actions don't lend that at all. You know what I'm saying? He seems, and he's a young guy. I get that too. Like I said, we've all been lazy and shit like that when we're younger, but he can't really get it together. Can't find a permanent career where he could try to advance and try to make some more money for his family. And Trisha starts to wonder, like, is this ever going to come together with this? Is he ever going to find something and latch on? She's not wanting to divorce him or anything. She's just, starting to wonder kind of to herself, like, Jesus Christ, is this always going to be like this? Are we always going to be having money problems and worried about our bills? And, we ever going to get anywhere? So Trisha ends up getting a job at a Christian ministry.
Oh.
And it's kind of it's a perfect place for her. She does very well there and gets a promotion, a raise, and becomes the breadwinner of the house.
Okay.
So she becomes the one who makes all the money, and Sean becomes responsible for some things around the house here.
Right.
Well, not many things. Tell you what, let me tell you what Sean's responsible for. This would be easier just to do it this way than to tell you what he's not responsible for. So they get up, Trisha goes to work, and then Sean drops the kids off at school.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a sick day.
I was done with my list. That's what that pause was. I was just done.
Golly, that sounds great.
That's his responsibilities as far as that goes. So he's, that's not a bad life, I guess, for Sean. One thing he does every day, though, I guess he drops the kids off from school, and then on the way home, he's hungry.
Yeah.
Morning, he gets a little peckish in the morning. So every day he's been going to the McDonald's drive-thru. Mm-hmm. I love those hash browns. They're delicious. So, everybody, I love those fucking hash browns. I love them. If you can ask for them extra crispy, they're if you say extra crispy, dude, they are another level. They're insane. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Sarah told me that.
The worst thing about them is that they are so soggy, and the middle is...
They're garbage. Yeah.
Oh, God, they're terrible.
Extra crispy, you're like, is this the same? Where the fuck did this come from?
Different life.
Different life. I didn't even know you were allowed to do that. I didn't know you could possibly do that. Sarah was like, no, just tell them extra crispy. And she did it, and I got one, and I was like, oh, my God, my whole life has been wasted. I could have been eating crispy hash browns this whole time. See, this is why the universe put us together.
Do you know that they make those and they have them in the grocery store? Just not McDonald's brand. And then you can toaster oven them, and they are unreal.
There's toaster oven version? I thought you had to deep fry them or something.
You don't have to deep fry. You can put that motherfucker in a toaster oven, put a little slice of cheddar on it, James. It is magic.
Can you pan fry them probably?
You probably could, but
with the frozenness,
so much better.
There'd be grease splash, there'd be oil splashing everywhere. That wouldn't be good.
Toaster oven it, and you'll lose your mind. You could throw it in the oven too, I guess. I mean, it's the same thing.
Well, same. It's just a bigger oven.
It's on a larger scale.
Just probably for not as long, I would say.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
I guess it's all relative with temperature. It really doesn't matter.
I mean, I guarantee a 350 on your toaster oven is an entirely different 350 in your oven.
Well, if you open the toaster oven door, all the heat's gone immediately, so it's got to reheat up again because it's such a small area to be heated. So it's very quickly gone.
I've got an Oster, and it does those things incredibly. My daughter loves being here on the weekends because at the house because when it's Dad's weekend, we get the McDonald's things at home, and they're fantastic.
I got to do it. Well, this guy's as excited about McDonald's as you are about your toaster oven hash browns. He's into it. He must have a real sausage egg McMuffin fix he needs or something. So then it becomes more clear why he's going to McDonald's every day, because he's met somebody at the drive-thru that he likes to talk to.
He's got a friend.
He's got a friend. You could call it a friend. Yeah. It is 18-year-old Danny Wood, who is Danny with an I. She is a young lady.
Yeah.
And she likes to party. Old Danny Wood. Oh, Danny's a wild one. Yeah, she's a bit of a wild child, and she's in the drive-thru window, and he keeps coming through every day. Now, at this point, I need to explain to you and everyone out there. You understand this because you've seen the pictures, but everyone out there, I need to explain the physical appearance of Sean Stemple, okay?
Yeah, you do.
Because it's really an extra character in the show, because you could, during a live show, there could be 1,000 people. You put his picture up, immediately 1,000 people go, at the same exact time. Not involuntarily. We don't cue them. I just go, oh, here's a picture of them, and click. I never say like, oh my God, he's hideous. Check this out. We just do that, and they all go, and then they start laughing hysterically. So if your appearance makes people first recoil in horror and then roll that into laughing at you because you're so stupid looking, that's a bad appearance.
I don't know if it is. He does look stupid, but it's haunting.
It's haunting. Okay. It looks like you took Photoshop a baby's face, just their face with their cheeks up to their eyebrows around their chin. Take that face, that little tiny scrunched up baby face, and don't adjust it for size either. Don't whatever. Don't make it bigger to fit on an adult's head. Take a pinched up baby face and put it on Terry Bradshaw's head. Terry Bradshaw's head. Put the baby face in the middle of that face, and then have Terry Bradshaw's giant forehead, bald head, and blonde hair. That's Sean Stemple at 30 years old.
There's so much head.
It's so much head. His forehead is twice the length of his face. I've never seen anything like it. You could put two of his faces on his forehead. Yeah. And I don't even mean like the bald part. I mean the part where the hairline would start would fit two faces between that and his eyebrows. It's bonkers.
And he's got a bunch of hair around the sides and back that comes up but then just stops.
Oh, it's very
short.
He's got Homer Simpson's hairline, and he's 30 years old, and he's going with it too. He's not shaving it.
It is awesome.
So it's really ballsy. You got to have a lot of confidence to pull this off at 30.
Yeah.
And he's got a tiny little face. He's not a real attractive guy. So he's pulling up to the drive-thru. All she's seeing is this head.
Showcasing this face.
This terrible, terrible feature that he has.
Yeah.
And based on this, and I guess he should be a salesman if he's got this kind of game where he can come up just displaying his head and get some shit talking going with an 18-year-old attractive woman, and he's 30. He should really be a salesman, because after a few weeks of going through the drive-thru, seeing her every day, finally Danny's like, "Hey, are we going to get fucking or what? What's going on here? What's up?
You fucking tease."
What's up? You come in here with your bald head shining, ordering Egg McMuffins like I don't know that's code for something, and we're not going to get it on? What's up with that?
What was that movie where extra anchovies meant you come over and bang the woman?
Oh, what was that? Was that Reno 911?
No, it was a delivery.
That was
it was a movie with the guy from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
Matter. But the code was extra anchovies, and you don't put anchovies on the pizza, but it doesn't matter anyway because she's not eating it. All she wants is that dick.
She wants that head. She wants to.
So
she wants to rub a sausage patty on his head.
Extra crispy hash browns.
Yeah,
she knows.
She's like, that's euphemism, and you know that as well as I do.
You're going to get a blowjob one of these days, James.
By accident. Hey, get off me. What are you doing? You said extra crispy, asshole. Jesus. Like I'm the jerk. Fine. Reno 911 was extra spicy. Thai food was supposed to be for the girls, and they would come over and beat up Junior every time when he made a move on them.
They sent a dude.
Yeah, then he beat him up too.
Yeah.
So so he goes, well, I mean, I guess we'll get fucking. So she's like, why don't you pull over there into stall number 2, like you're waiting for hot French fries, like your meal's not complete. He goes over there. She comes out and gives him the happiest meal of all time. She comes out and rocks his shit in the car in the McDonald's parking lot.
She's making up for it, giving him better head. That's all.
Yeah.
Because he's got the worst one.
He's got terrible head.
The worst one.
Oh, my God. His head is bad, and so she's trying to make up for that.
Haunting.
So they would fuck. Haunting is a great word for it. It really is haunting. Like that.
You will never if you see this man's head, you will never forget it as long as you live.
Follow at Small Town Murder on Instagram. Go there. Check out this guy's head, because we'll definitely post that picture of him. Yeah, there's several pictures. You have to see him. It's wild. So
it is incredible.
Yeah. So they would fuck in the car while she was on breaks for McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, she'd be on break for McDonald's, and he'd be like, come over there, and he'd pull into the thing, and she'd be like, oh, I'm going to take my 15 now. And she'd go out and use her 15 minutes to plow this guy.
Best use of time.
Wow. Damn it. Talk about a 5 stars for this McDonald's, first of all. Service is incredible. This is wild.
I don't think I've ever been satisfied when I left McDonald's.
No,
I don't think
no.
he's ever not been.
Every time he's like, woof, I'll tell you what, I am loving it. That is a good slogan, because that is that is something else. I'll tell you something. They nailed it. They really did.
Burger King stole. I'm having it my way. This is certainly my way.
I'm certainly having it my way in 30 minutes or less, too, because they took that from Domino's, so it's fine. It's all the same. So eventually, she gets her own place because, you can only fuck in the McDonald's parking lot in broad daylight for so long in mid-morning.
Yeah,
so,
you can't act out all the fantasies in
fucking
Maxima.
So she gets her own place, and then they got fucking over there.
Oh.
She'd come over, or he'd come over more than once a day to fucking have sex with her, and she'd be like, awesome, all ready, all the time. He'd pop up, hey, just pop up with his cock in his hand going, hey, I'm going to stick it in you real quick. And she's like, cool, excellent. It's
Is he just using all the sayings that sound vaguely sexual? Like the
I think so.
Is it in you?
Yeah, is it in you? And she's like, I can't tell. In addition to your bald head, your dick isn't that great either.
Is she enjoying this?
She's into it. Yeah, she's telling him, this is, she's all on board with this shit. She is all on board, in love with Sean.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I don't understand how or why or what.
What did he sell?
He must be an amazing salesman. Amazing. Like, I'm mad at him now for being lazy and not getting a sales job and just crushing it and knocking it out of the park, because Trisha should be able to take care of those kids and, have like an Etsy shop on the side. She doesn't need to. He should be making fucking $500,000 a year in sales. So Trisha, though, starts to notice he has gone an awful lot. Like, he says he's going to the store for milk and doesn't come home for about 2 hours, and he's all like whistling zippity doodah and shit. And he doesn't even have milk, so it's really weird. He doesn't have milk, but is cramped and everything. He comes in all cramped but happy.
Very happy, and says he's tired.
Tired. His head's all red. His bald head's all red.
Yeah.
So she confronts him and says, look, you've been acting different. What's going on with you? Or are you, you're leaving a lot? Are you having an affair? Are you, is there another woman involved? And he says, no, absolutely not. Everything is fine. I love you. I'm just trying to find myself, and having a tough time in my own head.
Sure.
Because, I can't get anything going. And, I feel kind of emasculated and everything like that. And she says, oh, okay. And she believes him. Wow. Hey, everybody. Just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit more about our stylish friends at Quince. That's right. Let's go elevate your styles, people. Yeah. Get it going, look good out there, and you can do it now without breaking your wallet, without breaking the bank, because at Quince, you can get high-end, versatile pieces at prices we can all actually afford, which is very nice. You want to get good stuff that lasts and it's good, and they have quality stuff that's very affordable, and you can do like we did, upgrading our stuff here, while still being a very reasonable price. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. It's all quality stuff. You're going to love it. Trust us, it looks good. And I've got the leather jacket. It's a very high-quality item. Real nice, soft leather. Yeah. Jimmy's got his linen pants he's rocking.
Yeah, they're terrific.
Come on, be like us. Be fashionable. Get in there with Quince. Indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/smalltownmurder for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/smalltownmurder to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about a very cool place, Thrive Market. Yes, we are both looking to get into the healthy swing this year. The problem is I don't know what's in everything, and I don't know if even I'm qualified to even read the labels to know if that's good or that's bad. Right. There's chemicals in things, and there's things floating around. I don't know what I'm doing out there. One of my favorite features, and I know you were talking to me about this, is the Healthy Swap Scanner in the Thrive Market app. Yeah, it's simple. You scan any item, and it'll instantly suggest a cleaner, healthier grocery alternative, which is
it's great.
Amazing. Yeah. That's great. Thrive Market also takes the guesswork out of finding these safe, healthy foods For example, like I'm trying to get my protein intake up. For energy. I'm always moving around. I need stuff. And I love that you can filter their site by the high protein options.
Nice.
It's very cool. And you can personalize this portion and you can put filters on it. And get ready. You should be ready for a junk-free start to 2025. Get ready for it and head to thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/smalltownmurder, thrivemarket.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
She believes him, and that's how that goes. Meanwhile, he's still banging Danny constantly, all the time, multiple times a day. Now they're starting to get freaky. Doesn't take long before they started to get pretty freaky here. And by freaky, I'm not trying to, people got their own shit. We're not trying to kink shame anybody here, but this shit is to a different kind of weird level. It involves, she'll invite guys over, like multiple guys, to come over and have sex with her. She'll invite them over to have sex with them while Sean, unbeknownst to these men, hides in the closet and watches. So that's the creepiest fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life. I'm sorry. That is creepy as shit. From Sean's point of view, just standing there staring, stroking it, going, This is the guy in the corner of the gangbang, literally. Yes. Except, at least on the video, that guy is out in the open. He's not in a closet when no one knows he's there, and he's going to run out with a rock-hard cock at the end. This is crazy.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, these guys have no idea. He's just like watching through the slats. No.
That's not okay.
No, he hides in the closet and watches.
That's so fun.
The fucking weird part is if you told them, hey, while we do this, there's going to be a dude hiding in the closet and watching, they'd be like, I don't fucking care. Sure. Most of the guys wouldn't have fucking cared anyway. They'd have probably been like, cool, I'll fucking go over and high-five him when I'm done or something. They wouldn't even...
There's another dude in here with his cock in your mouth. So
yeah,
at least that guy doesn't have himself inside you at the same time as me.
I just rub dicks with this guy, so that guy's... At least he's not involved in this to that level.
My balls aren't going to touch his. It's fine. Who cares?
It's great. So so this is starting to get freaky, and you can see this is a much different relationship than he has with Trisha.
Yeah,
Trisha is his
adventure.
Yeah, this is some crazy sexual shit. This is a relationship that was formed based on sexual needs and sexual desires, whereas with Trisha, it's a different thing. It's it's more of a relationship. But you get some guys. They have to pursue that horny thing they have. Whatever that freaky shit is, if their wife doesn't do it, they got to pursue it elsewhere. They can't just go, well, I'm going to have to put that aside for now. They have to pursue it. And that's what he's doing. He's got to go out there. And I think he's he's a fucking bald 30-year-old loser. He's got nothing going for him. He's got no job. He looks terrible. And then there's this 18-year-old girl who, for some reason, wants to have freaky sex with him. So I think doesn't have the confidence to turn that down.
Yeah, and it's probably
Which
the
is
only.
Pathetic.
I mean, granted, it's not the best thing in his life because his children and his wife obviously are the best thing in his life.
He's got
to him,
children.
This is amazing. And the luck that he has just had, the good fortune to be able to do all this.
Yeah, and he was a very repressed religious kid, and he married her Trisha when he was 19, and that's who he's been with. So we don't know if he's had affairs in the past or anything, but this is like a whole different experience for him, and he is really into it. We'll just say that. Super into it.
She initiated it, so that's got to be an ego stroke.
Totally. He's not going to turn that down.
Right.
Now, they also get into kind of heavy, weird, different kinds of bondage. Things like he would tie her up, and then he'd leave for hours. And then he'd come back with her still tied up, and he'd fuck her then.
You've been such a good girl. You just
doing some weird Don Draper shit. That's some weird shit there. So
unwrap me first. I gotta pee. I've been here.
That's
for 4
the other
hours.
thing. How long can she go without peeing? That's my point. Is I don't know how any of that works. You think okay, fun is fun, but I'm gonna have to pee eventually. I'm gonna get hungry. I want a snack. I'm not gonna lay here waiting for you.
You can't just package me up and walk away and expect me to just
Text me when you're coming up the steps, and I'll run and act like I've been tied up for the whole time. How's that? But I'll be like watching TV and shit, like eating food. I got to go to the store for a while. You know how it goes. Yeah, normal people things. So Sean tells her he's going to leave his wife so they can be together. I'm going to leave Trisha. She's a terrible mother. She keeps leaving me and the kids behind and going off and doing things. And all. None of that's true, obviously. Yeah. She's a fine mother and a very attentive mother, and this is ridiculous. But, he's an asshole. That's how it works.
Right.
So this is 1996. This is all going on. By now, Trisha's also working for a doctor's office in addition to the Christian ministry.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they've been married 12 years. They have, almost 12 years. They have 2 children, 11 years old, 6 years old. So they have a whole family here, and he's like, nope, I'm going to bang the McDonald's chick. That's what I got to do. He said,
it's crazy what some ball licking will do.
Some freaky, this guy got his first whiff of kinky sex, and he's like, his head explodes. I gotta have it all the time. I don't care.
I didn't even know that was possible. They will lick your balls.
It's amazing. Oh, that felt good. I just love watching people. I just love an Eiffel Tower and to watch it. That's all. It's just something. I don't know.
Balls mashed into balls from behind is crazy to watch. I want to watch it more.
It's wild, man. It's wild. I'm going to bring my camera next time.
They're in the same hole.
Oh, God, gross. So that always seems really like...
It's crazy.
I'm like, that looks like 2 animals attacking a smaller animal. I don't like that at all. That's what it looks like to me. So it looks like if you ever watch nature videos, you're like, oh, God, one's holding it, the other one's tearing its throat out. I don't like it.
It's so much. I can't take it.
He is so into this whole scene and this whole situation, I guess, like we just explained all of his motivations. Right. By October 1st, 1996, he's like, I got to find a way to be with Danny. And rather than, I don't know, having some balls and telling his wife, I want a divorce. Why? Because I'm a horny loser. No other reason. You've done fine.
You're amazing. Have you seen balls smashed into balls? I want out.
I want to watch it. So I know you're not willing to do that. That's why I'm leaving. So he says, I got to find a way to do it. And I can't divorce her, obviously, because, that would be way too easy. Rather than that, then what do I have? Then I'm a single loser with nothing and no job, and everybody thinks I'm an asshole. And what's up with that? A much better way to do this would be, what if something happened to Trisha? What if maybe an accident happened to Trisha and she was gone? Then everybody feels bad for me. I'm a widower. Oh, by the way, I also have a $600,000 life insurance policy on Trisha.
What?
And in the past year, Sean added an additional $350,000 in the event of an accidental death. Like if you had a flat tire and got hit by a car on the side of the road, that sort of scenario. So
almost $50,000 shy of $1 million on somebody who is, granted, the breadwinner of the house and the sole provider. But that's so much money.
That's a lot of money for, middle class people. That's a lot of money. And no one in my family's ever had that much life insurance on them. Ever. It's never even in a million years. But
that's a good way to get yourself murdered, is by having a bunch of life insurance.
Having a horny husband and a lot of life insurance? Yeah, that's you add those 2 factors together. Jesus Christ. Is your dick hard again? No, we got to cancel that insurance. I'm not sending the premium in.
We're dropping it.
Your dick is always hard.
Real low.
You're asking me to do things I don't want to do, and you're going to look for it somewhere. So he, that's what he decides. He goes, well, I got $950,000 in insurance on her, and I got this, this drive-through chick over here. I got Danny Wood. I need to figure something out. Yeah. I can do this. Now, he's no stranger, by the way, Sean, to insurance.
Really?
Collection of insurance funds here. Later on, an insurance agent named Ronald Archer, he will say that he sold the Stemples the life insurance policies, and then an insurance investigator talks to him, and they find out that Sean has had multiple claims on insurance over the years from 1987 to 1996. And this is he and Trisha are co-policy holders, but we can only assume this is his idea because This is what he's doing now.
She seems like she's doing fine.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't seem like a real scammer here. They've made multiple insurance claims. The insurance investigators said those claims ran the gamut and involve 5 automobile accidents. This is 9 years, by the way. 5 automobile accidents, 2 burglaries, and 2 fires.
Wow.
Now, the payout for all of this in 9 years was $213,211 a year. Or not a year total for 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Still, though, that's over $20,000 a year over that time period.
That's a lot.
If you average it out. Yeah, that's a supplemental income like a motherfucker, you know? That's a real good part-time job. Or
not bad. Yeah.
Nowadays, a bad full-time job. But back then, it was like kind of an entry-level full-time job. I've made that in jobs back, in the late 90s. So there you go. Now, he said, well, fuck, obviously insurance fraud he's no stranger to that, but he needs to figure out a way to do this. How do you do this? How does an accident happen?
Yeah.
Well, what you do is you find somebody to help you out.
Oh.
Yeah, you find somebody to help you out, someone who's a worldly person who been around a little bit, knows some things, maybe is a little even smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? That's who you look for, right?
Yeah.
Well, no. He finds Danny Wood, his drive-through girl. She has a 16-year-old cousin.
Hell yeah.
That's who he decides to make a plan with. This is going to be his buddy.
That's my guy.
That's the guy. A 16-year-old kid named Terry Hunt, and he's a complete moron. This kid's an idiot.
That's my coworker in murder.
Wow, is he a dipshit, this kid, too. Terry Lee Hunt, he's a complete dipshit. He's 16 years old. Danny Wood introduced them. I don't know what Sean, being 31, wants to hang out with a dipshit 16-year-old. Like I said, he's not even a cool 16-year-old. He's a total dipshit. So they start hanging out all the time together, which is ridiculous. And finally, Sean says, hey, Terry, I will give you somewhere, depending on the settlement and everything, somewhere between $25,000 and $50,000 if you help me kill my wife, and then we'll collect the insurance money. What do you say, buddy?
25's the floor, 50's the ceiling.
It's somewhere in there. Yeah, you never know.
Nowhere below 25.
Nowhere below 25, maybe somewhere in the taint of a 40 area. We're not sure, but possible. I'm in. He's 16. He's like, he's in.
That's fucking retirement money at 16.
Oh, you're thinking, Christ, that'll last me forever. I could move. Well, I'll move to Hawaii for 4 or 5 years, and then once I'm done there, I can probably come back here, rent something. Yeah,
maybe schlep it on down to Tallahassee. I bet I can make it stretch the rest of my life there.
That's it. When you're 16, you would think that too, about $25,000. I'll make that last forever. So Hunt was telling him, or he's talking to Hunt, Stemple is, and he's telling Terry Hunt that, I've staged tons of insurance fraud to make money. I know what I'm doing. This is easy, right? So he says, whatever you do, though, please, Terry Hunt, this is adult shit here. Obviously, I'm bringing you in on something very adult. Do not tell a living soul about this, okay? And so Hunt says, no problem. I won't tell anybody. And immediately goes and tells his friend Nathaniel Helm and asks him to be a part of the plot, unbeknownst to Sean.
You did say no living souls, but my friend Nathaniel is dead inside. So
he's dead inside. You should see his eyes. When you look in his eyes, you'll understand. I'll bring you to him. Don't worry about it. You'll see his eyes, 1,000-yard stare. It looks like he was in Nam for like 8 tours. I'm telling you, it's just blank. It's blank, man. He burned villages. That's the type of guy he looks like. So as we all know, if you're a crime and sports listener, you know it's always a good idea to have a teenager in your hit squad. That's excellent. Excellent planning. That's always going to work out well.
Yeah.
So Helm and Hunt together, these two idiots, good God, these two kids are morons. They go to Wal-Mart where this is what they bring up to the counter to purchase, up to the register. A baseball bat and some plastic wrap.
Hello, Walmart greeter. Murder supplies, please.
Oh, aisle 6 right down there. Oh, yeah, no, it's everything you could possibly need. Now, don't forget to look at the end caps because the circular saws are on sale. So they are all on the end cap. So make sure you cut right through them bones. So
zip ties next week.
Oh, no. Oh, we're all out of zip ties. We had a run on them. Earlier. I'm telling you. I don't know what happened, but holy shit. So the plan is to wrap the plastic wrap around the bat to keep it from getting bloody.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's a nice bat. I mean, you don't want to ruin a bat.
Why waste it? It's got Ken Griffey's autograph on it.
Yeah, why waste a good Griffey model? This is a C271. This is a nice one. By the way, if you're a baseball bat lunatic or probably more likely a professional baseball player, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Rod used to know all the bat models, and we used to discuss bats by model because he taught them all to me. It was ridiculous.
Fantastic.
I like it. 271's a nice one. It's pretty. So October 10th, 1996 is the plan is going to be sprung forth into action.
October.
It's time. October the 10th. Now, the 24th is when we found her, remember?
Right.
But the 10th is the first time we're going to do this. Now, Nathaniel Helm and Terry Hunt, the two teens, the two Utes, they end up over on Highway 75, off in the weeds, bent down with a baseball bat wrapped in plastic wrap already, okay?
It doesn't look suspicious.
That's it. So apparently Hunt had gone to Helm and said, hey, if you help me kill somebody, I'll give you like $25,000. So he's going to split his 50 that he doesn't even know he's getting 50 with this kid. That's the plan. So they're all sitting there here. And while they're sitting there, they're waiting for the plan is that Hunt or Stemple, Sean, is supposed to pull up with Trisha in the car. They're supposed to get out. Sean has an old pickup truck that he had lent to Terry Hunt, and they're going to act like it's broken down. Sean and Trish are going to get out, and then the two kids are going to spring forth from the weeds and attack Trisha when from behind and beat her to death with the baseball bat and act like a car hit her, and then that's going to be the plan, done, and we're all good, right?
Everybody's got money. Great on the surface, but that is cold as fuck.
Oh, it's cold-blooded, yeah.
How are you going to kill a baseball bat?
Yeah, where you guys just jump out from behind and then just beat her to death with a baseball bat.
That is an absurd presentation.
I mean, maybe we'll run her over with the car or something too, but we'll at least just beat her down with that bat. So it's a really... Especially, this is the mother of your kids and shit, and you're just like, I mean, I'll distract her, though. Don't worry about it. You just whack her with the bat. It's pretty cold-blooded.
Destroy a woman with a bat.
It's fucking crazy. So here comes the black Nissan Maxima, which Sean said they would be driving.
Right.
And so they pull up, and the kids can see in the car, though, the driver's side door opens, and the light comes on inside the car, and they can see that Trisha's not in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
It's just Sean. Sean pops out of the car and in a loud, angry tone yells toward the weeds over there, "The bitch can't make it."
You can come out now.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, no, ollie oxen free. She can't fucking make it. Lazy bitch late for her own fucking murder. This is ridiculous.
Oh, it's just me.
That's good God. Fucking just enough. Oh, my God.
Unreal.
So, can't make it. Fucking lazy. So... Helm didn't even know who the intended victim was, by the way. He just knew that he was there to kill someone and that they were, the plan could not go through at this point because, as Sean put it, Trisha said she's sick. Thinks she's just malingering. You know how it is?
Yeah, I think there's 3 people that are sick, and they're standing on the side of the freeway right now.
With a baseball bat wrapped in saran wrap discussing what the next, step is in this plan.
Wow.
So Helm here, he's gone after this. Hunt decides the next plan is we're going to reconvene in like 2 weeks and try again. And I don't know if Hunt's grounded or
stayed a little too late.
Yeah, Helm. I don't know if Helm's grounded that day or he's got like a test the next morning or something. But he can't make it that night, so it's just Terry Hunt in this whole deal.
Okay.
So October the 24th, 1996, his plan is the second go in here. We're going to try again. So, again, Sean arranges for Hunt to drive the pickup truck to a particular location on US 75, park it there, leave the hood up. Universal sign for my shit's fucked up, right? Yep. So Terry Hunt is then to wait in the woods alongside the highway there with the baseball bat. Sean and Trisha pull up in the Maxima. They get out. Sean starts working on the truck. Trisha's like looking in the hood, trying to help him. And then Terry runs up with a baseball bat, beats Trisha. She dies. We collect money. He has freaky sex. Yeah. Terry lives for the rest of his life on $25,000. That's everybody's plan.
Insane.
That's the plan of what's going to happen here. That's why we say you don't have to. There's a lot of things to make fun of in this, and the idea of, hey, this will be a good idea is the most obscene, absurd fucking thing in this entire. And every murder story we get to is someone came up with this idea and didn't go, that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's not going to work.
That's not. They went, nope, I'm doing it. I don't care. It's my time. Like what are you doing? Why would you do that? So that's what ends up happening. Sean and Trisha arrive in the black Nissan Maxima.
Yeah.
They get out. Sean begins to work on the truck. You know, I guess they say that his friend must have left it here because he walked to a phone, to call me. Because that was the thing, is a phone call came in the middle of the night. Sean answered, and he goes, oh, shit. All right, well, I'll be right there. And and then he tells Trisha, my friend who I lent the truck to, it broke down, so you got to come with me. So I'll fix the truck, and then I'll drive the truck home, and you follow me in the Maxima. That's the plan. That's why she has to come out in the middle of the night to do this. Right. So that's what's going on. Sean's working on the truck. Trisha's standing there. Terry Hunt creeps out of the woods with the baseball bat, winds up, and wails Trisha in the head with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Clocks are good, but she's not unconscious.
No, because he's a sophomore.
Yeah, he is a small child, and he's not a big guy either. He's like, that's why I didn't make my little league team. Fuck, they told me my swing was shit, and they were right.
I think each of us could probably take a shot from a 16-year-old.
Probably. So she does not. She just stumbles, and she's been wailed in the head with a baseball bat unexpectedly.
Probably hurts.
So she's fucked up, but not unconscious. So Sean grabs the bat out of Terry's hand and hits her. Just beats her a whole bunch in the head with the baseball bat. Okay, so down she goes on the ground, unconscious. So they're sitting there. Now they have a baseball bat, and there's two guys, and she's on the ground, and she's unconscious. Your point of no return now. Like,
you are.
You're involved.
You're super in. You're not getting out of this now.
No way to go. Never mind. Sorry.
Boy, this is hard. We should not do this.
No. So they decide here. This is Sean's idea. They take Trisha's head.
Oh my God.
Her head, Jimmy, and place it in front of the front tire of the pickup truck.
Yeah.
This is horrible, by the way. The next couple minutes are a pretty brutal description of what they do to try to kill this poor woman. So they attempt. The point is they're going to gun it, and they're going to roll over her head with both wheels. First the front, then the back, and then they're going to kill her because they crushed her head with the pickup truck. Right? That's the plan. Problem is they didn't take into account either that the truck is rear-wheel drive or physics, because if you do that and you put her head in front of the front wheel and you gun it, all you're going to do is push the head.
Right.
You're not going to roll over it.
Yeah.
So for a distance, they just drive with her head pushing the head along the pavement, catching on it, bouncing, hitting it. It's the most horrible thing I can think of. Think about that. That's disgusting.
No, I don't want
and disturbing.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. That's more disturbing than Sean's head. It's disturbing. It's more haunting.
Certainly.
It's horrible. So they stop. She kind of rolls out in front of the truck, and they're sitting in the truck looking for a second, and they're like, well, that must have worked. I mean, that sounded horrible.
Yeah.
It's at that point that she starts to get up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she starts getting up, and they're like, oh, holy shit. So Sean jumps out of the truck, runs over, and says to Trisha, quote, don't worry, Trish, the ambulance is on the way. Then he hits her several more times with the baseball bat. Why say that to her if you're going to do that? Why bother? Then they have another idea how the truck can be useful here. They drag her onto the grass, and they place her body under the truck in between the axles. You know what I mean? So they can run over her and back over her and run over her again. That's the plan. So they do. They take it, they run over her chest, they back up again, they run over her chest again. So they run her over 3 times like a 1978 Ford pickup truck after bashing her head in with a baseball bat and bouncing it along the concrete for 100 feet or so. So they figure at this point that has to do it, right? So they're in the grass. They drove over her, so she's behind the truck. Now, all you can see, it's dark out there. It's the middle of the night. So he has the brake light on. He's got the brakes on. So the whole area is illuminated by just that red brake light glow.
Yeah.
At night, it's
ominous.
It's an ominous, creepy glow. In the glow of this light, they see Trisha lying there, obviously, beat up and what they think is dead. And it's at that moment that she pops up to her elbows like the Undertaker. Like the Undertaker in a match back in the day. That's how she just sat up.
What do you do?
Well, that's the fucked up thing. Yeah, they're like, oh, shit. Is she going to... I'd be afraid at that point.
Yes.
I'd probably gun it and drive away and never come back, I think.
Right.
I'm just hope maybe we can get to Mexico before she chases the truck down physically and kills us both, because I'd be terrified of her.
Drive this thing to the sea and then just keep going.
Keep going. Does this thing float? Because if it does, we're taking it all the way to the Caribbean. Because this is fucking nuts. I would be terrified of her at this point. So Sean is pissed off. God fucking damn it. He's mad. Like, Jesus Christ, she won't die. So they take... Oh my God, this is fucking crazy. So Sean gets the bat, beats her several more times with the bat while she's trying to sit up. Okay, awful. So at that point, he's like, "All right, that should do it. For fuck's sake, I think she's finally dead. She's not moving." So he goes over to the Maxima and drills a hole in the front tire, make it look like the car had a flat tire. Zip, zoop. There you go. It deflates. That's why it wasn't rolled over at all. And so then Stemple and Hunt climb in the pickup truck, drive away. She's dead in the field. But then they think about it as they're approaching an exit. They go, we did a lot of crazy shit, and she just kept popping up.
She sat up twice. That was weird.
Yeah, we should probably, let's just do a little loop around here. We'll get off this exit, get off and go back, just to make sure that she's dead.
Gander. One more
chance.
Yeah,
never know. Yeah. Make sure she's not back there like, just fucking
filing her nails.
Filing her nails, jacking up the car, doing...
Fixing the wheel.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Undoing the lug nuts.
Filing for divorce.
Yeah. She's doing paperwork with a cup of coffee. You're dead, motherfucker. No, they pull off, they come, turn around, they drive back. So they pull up to the spot on the grass where she was. She's not there anymore.
Oh my God.
She's gone. We've
lost her.
They're like, I mean, can you imagine? Oh my God, where'd she go? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So they notice, though, it's very dark, but when they back up and kind of shine the headlights around, they notice that she has crawled into the grass, the higher grass, farther from the road. So they go, all right, well, there she is. Sean backs up, gets a good distance to, get some speed going, floors it, gets the truck up to 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
And plows into her while she's laying in the grass. Hits her, runs her over. That finally kills poor Trisha. Finally.
What the fuck, man?
That is one of the most brutal. That's like, not quite, but it's almost to Baraboo, Wisconsin level, like just what a person can endure. That's insane. That's a horrible way to die. All of that.
What is that? Probably 15 minutes of sustained beating? It's got to be, right?
On the side of the road. And while this is going on, and we know from the Crime Stoppers, fucking cars are passing by.
Yeah.
This isn't nowhere. This isn't a farm. This is the side of the highway. There are cars passing by.
That's really taking a chance. And we've been to Oklahoma where these people are very nice. That is taking a huge risk that somebody doesn't pull over
to help you.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all need help over here? Yeah, there's a friendly place. They'll do that shit. Yeah.
Absolutely. I could see it for sure. Somebody, I got a jack in the car. I'll be right out.
Or they're at least looking. They're at least interested. So, wow. So Trisha is dead now, and the funeral comes up after that. Mm-hmm. So at the funeral, Wendy, who is Trisha's sister, she's talking to Sean at the funeral. Mm-hmm. And during the talk, he just casually mentioned that, obviously I'm going to be a suspect, clearly. Yeah. And her sister's like, okay. And he goes, I mean, they always look at the husband, right? And she goes, oh, that makes sense, actually. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's just a normal thing to say. That makes sense. But then a little while later, he says, quote, things would look really bad, But given a chance, I'm going to vindicate myself. That's what he tells her. He's like, what? She's going, are you, did anyone else hear that? That was weird, right?
This is different conversations. He just keeps popping in with like a tray of carrots and cauliflower and ranch dip.
One point, there's like the viewing line. Then like as they're lowering her casket into the ground, he's like, given a chance, I will redeem myself, Then later on, while they're all just sharing some hors d'oeuvres, he leans over and he says, dips some cucumber in some ranch, takes a bite, and he says, I would never hurt your sister. She's like, okay, good, I guess. Great.
Hidden Valley Ranch is delicious.
This is good. The carrots are really nice. They're not dried out at all. I like them.
Snap, crunch.
Real crunch to them there. Ooh, celery. Yay. She then said she asked him about the life insurance policy. Didn't you guys have a big life insurance policy? At least that's good, for the kids and everything like that, trying to get that out of him. And Sean said, oh, no, we don't have it anymore. That policy lapsed over. We didn't pay for it. So I don't even have that money. That really sucks. You know what I mean? The sister said that Trisha had told her that she was uncomfortable with that much life insurance and had asked her sister, do you think that's too much life insurance for me to have? Do we need to have that all on me?
Right.
The sister was like, yes, that's a lot. That's way too much. So the police now, with all of this information, they decide they obviously have to talk to Sean more than just where'd your wife go and shit, as more as a suspect and less as a, grieving husband.
Right.
So right away they find out about his affair. That's not difficult to figure out. They find that out and they question him about just kind of a general, hey, talk to you. Anybody could have been mad at your wife. She have any enemies, all that kind of shit. And then they bring up, well, you're having an affair, aren't you? As far as, maybe that woman is mad at her. You know what I mean? Who knows? Suspects. Yeah. So he admits to the affair, Sean does, because you can't deny. If they know about it, that means they've found out about it. What are you supposed to? This isn't your wife. You can't bullshit her into saying, thinking you're fucking telling the truth.
It's an awful lot of Big Mac boxes in your back seat, sir.
We looked, and the McRib has not been around for 6 months, and you have got just bags full of empty McRib boxes in there. You understand? So I don't know if you're getting a special McRib source that we don't know about. First of all,
Where's
tell
your
us.
source, boy?
Tell us where you're getting them McRibs, number one. Now, that's number one. Now, number two, who killed your wife?
Most important information on the agenda today. Who's your source?
Who's your McRib? Who's your McSource? Tell me. Is it Grimace? I don't trust that cocksucker.
Did you get it from the hamburger?
Is it from? Did he steal him? Is that how you got him? I will put him in a cell. So he admits to the affair, but he denies hurting Trisha. He's like, I did not hurt Trisha at all. Okay. Never hurt her. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm the most crushed of anybody, but definitely I have you seen Danny Wood? I've been let me tell you some of the freaky shit we've been doing. You guys ever wanting to rub your cocks together? Because let me tell you, I have a scenario for you. I'll be in the closet. You won't even know I'm there.
You can bounce your balls off your partner all day.
Yeah. You literally won't know I'm there. We'll lie to you and everything.
Me and the hamburger will be in the closet. Robble, get to work.
Let's go. And break. All right. So a witness at this thing, they also get a witness who was driving in the vicinity of what the whole murder scene. He said he saw a white male standing beside a red truck at approximately 2:55 a.m. on the morning of the murder. He observed the truck parked just behind a black Nissan Maxima with a flat tire. So the white male, the question would have been, when you drove by, did the reflection from your headlights blind you on him? Is that, or was it just like a normal human being? Or did they have a big Terry Bradshaw head? Tell me.
Did his forehead give off red eye?
That's what I'd like to know. Did you see that? So that's what they have now. They have the truck in there. Multiple witnesses saw the truck, but they really have nothing else to go on. They have they don't know who Terry Hunt is, who that other person is. They have Sean, who says, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's it. So they're like, they don't have the truck. They don't have any physical evidence. They don't have a murder weapon. All they have is a dead body and a suspicious husband. So no, you can't charge anybody with anything based on this. So the break comes when police from a neighboring police department call up and they say, hey, weird little thing we have here. I understand that this, you won't be interested in this, but maybe. We have this total dipshit that we arrested. He's a 16-year-old kid. He's a dumb shit. I mean, honestly. We arrested him for waving a gun around at school.
What?
Yeah, not threatening people with it. Yeah. Not like pulling it up. Just yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Just like having a cowboy time with it. Like
one murder and he's young thug. This
he is.
incredible.
He's on it. That's it. He's waving it around. Nobody fuck with me.
He didn't even use
got the
a gun
police
in the
busting
murder.
at me. He's done. No, but now he's got a gun. He's strapped and he's ready.
Yeah.
They said now obviously, and the police here are like, what the hell do we care about your 16-year-old kid at school waving a gun around? That has nothing to do with us. And they go, well, we have one thing that might be of interest to you. He was driving a red pickup truck that fits the description of the truck that you put out the look for on. Yeah. So, do you want to take a look at this truck maybe? Because it matches. It's an old, red pickup truck, matches the description perfectly. So they go, yeah, shit, bring dipshit over here. Bring old Terry Hunt over and sit him down. Because it's Terry Hunt, obviously, doing this. So sit him down. They talk to him, and they go, listen, Terry, we're here to talk to you about a murder. You understand? Listen, that's a big deal. You're 16 years old. We've all seen the first 48, the interrogation. Yeah. You're 16 years old, and we're going to talk to you about a murder. It's a murder of a woman named Tricia Stemple. And she's found brutally murdered, and we think you were right there, and we think you were involved in it. And matter of fact, we think you might have done it. We think you might be the murderer. And Terry says, well, I had nothing to do with any murder, and I'd like a lawyer, period. Done. How is he smarter than everybody that's ever been on this show, everybody on the first 48, 90% of people you see anywhere, this 16-year-old complete imbecile knows lawyer. He knows that. And they stop him. They have to stop questioning him. End of story. He cock-blocked him big time.
He's a straight gangster, James. He's aware.
He is. A fucking gangster. He is. So the cops, but they have the red truck now. And they're going to keep that to go over it with a fine-tooth comb while they figure out what to do with Terry. Now, they look it all over, and they run the tags, and they see that it's not registered to Terry Hunt, and it's also not registered to Sean Stemple either. It is registered to some other old guy in Tulsa.
Oh.
Just some random old guy in Tulsa. They go knock on his door. Some 70-year-old man comes to the door. They're like, not what I expected. Okay.
Right. You are a vicious, cold-blooded killer, sir.
Wow, look at you. You got a pretty good limp for a guy who can put an ass whooping on a young woman like that.
Yeah.
So they said, hey, there's a truck that's been possibly involved in a crime, and it's registered to you. And he said, I sold that truck 3 months ago. What are you talking about? And they said, really? They said, well, who'd you sell it to? And the guy goes, the guy I sold it to is a weird guy, real weird. He was wearing a wig. He's wearing a wig.
The whole thing, or just a little bit on the forehead, just a little bit up front.
Just a merkin right over the bald spot. It was all blonde and then just black and curly up front. It was real weird. It was a weird wig. I don't know. I don't know which part was the wig, but it was strange either way.
I don't know if the blonde may have been the wig. He's just got pussy hair right up front.
I mean, I might have some part blonde wig if all my hair was pussy hair too. It's possible. So they're like, a wig, okay. They go, do you have his name? And this guy goes in and looks through all his, old man paperwork here. And he says, he got all his different things. And he says, guy's name was Sean Stemple.
Oh, got it right here.
Very nice. So Sean did not register it in his own name, but he did buy it. So the truck is now sitting in a police impound, and it's going under an inspection. And under the inspection, they find blood on the truck. Yeah, sure. They also find cloth fiber similar to cloth, the victim's clothing, to Tricia's clothing, and obviously the damage to the front end of where, consistent with running over a person multiple times.
Sure.
And the clothing you can't match exactly, but you can match similarity of the same fabric to the same thing, and whatever. But there's no way to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that came from somewhere there. But still, they said there's some things they found in the investigation that led us on a different track at first, but now we're on the right one, the cop says here. So the blood samples on the front of the truck end up matching Trisha. Mm-hmm. So that's not good. That truck is the murder weapon, it looks like here. And the truck belongs to Sean. So they're like, what's going on here? But rather than put the screws to Sean right now, they go, I think we'd have a better shot with that dipshit kid right now that we have this. Because it's Sean's truck, but Sean was not in possession of that truck.
Right.
So they sit Terry down and they go, yeah, lawyer, that's great. Your lawyer can sit right here with you. I don't fucking care because we got
You don't have to say a word. We're not going to question you. We just want to present you with something.
Well, they tell him, listen, this truck at this point, whether it's a truck or a gun or a knife, it's a murder weapon and you're holding it.
Right.
So at this moment, you're the guy holding the murder weapon and you don't want to put anybody else involved in it. So at this very moment, you are the sole lone murderer holding the murder. We found you red-handed holding the fucking smoking gun in your hand.
God damn it, son.
You're fucked, son.
That's called a slam dunk, little mister.
Yeah, you're in deep shit here. You're just the one idiot standing there with your pickup truck waving guns around. It's not going to look good for you in court, Terry. What do you think of that? By the way.
Go ahead.
The prosecutor's been talking. Oklahoma's pretty bullish on the death penalty lately. So you are going to be the lone charged death penalty person in this case. How do you feel about that, Terry? How do you feel about all of this evidence being on you?
Right. Did you see the slam dunk competition when he put the ball under his leg? That's what we just did.
That's it. Yeah, we are that right now. We are J.R. Ryder right now. That's what's going on.
With style and flash. How you feeling?
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace is what I'm telling you, Terry. Biggie's out by then.
Yeah.
So he says, so what do you think of that, Terry? You're the guy. You're holding the bag. So congratulations. You're a big boy now. You're you put your big boy pants on.
Yeah.
And Terry goes, let me tell you about a guy named Sean that I know. I got a lot of... You really want to know about this guy, I feel like, more than me, because I'm just I don't know much, but this Sean guy, he's the one you want to talk to.
Yeah.
He's fucking my cousin, and blah, 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 and he tells the entire story. Spills it like Chunk in Goonies, who's trying to get out of, and then this happened, and I kicked the dog down the stairs. That's what he's doing, just letting it all out.
Fantastic.
Everything he's ever done. I was mean to my brother when I was 4, and I took his candy. So the cops talk to Danny Wood, and Danny Wood says, well, Sean left my apartment around 10 p.m. the night of the murder, before the murder. He didn't sleep at my place that night, so there's a non-alibi for Sean because this happened well after 10. She said the next day, though, the next afternoon, Sean telephoned her about 1:30 p.m. and told her to sit down. I got bad news. You need to sit down for this. And he told her, my wife's dead. She's dead. And Danny said that she was, quote, in shock and started crying. Yeah. She said she felt bad for the kids and, their mother's dead. Oh, that's terrible. Right. What a horrible thing. Which is, a normal reaction of a nice, a person with some form of conscience in them.
A little bit of dignity.
A little bit of anything. So Sean told her that the police, because she said, oh my God, what happened? How'd she die? She's a healthy 30-year-old woman. What's going on? And he said, well, the cops think that maybe a drunk driver hit her. That's what it looks like right now. And, so it's a really sad thing. I'm probably not going to be able to see you for a little while because it's going to look bad. You know what I mean? It's going to look real bad.
Give me a minute.
You get it.
Yeah.
So 2 days later, though, he calls her up again. And he goes, there's some stuff I didn't tell you about that night, something that my wife died. He said, listen, I lied. I went out that night in an effort to find her. I went out driving around looking for her after I had called the cops and talked to them. I went back over it because I didn't think they did a very thorough job there. By the way, that cop, when he called the cops, they went out looking for her. The cops did like a little cursory around the flash. She was dead over fucking 100 yards from that cop, and he didn't see her.
What the fuck, man?
Cops didn't even see her. She was out there dead, and they didn't look around enough to even know. Imagine the heartbeat that Sean had while he was standing out there with a cop, knowing that his wife is dead 100 yards away and the cop doesn't see her. And he had to go, I guess she's not here. What a fucking, think about the acting he had to do. I guess she's not here. Well, let's get back in the car and go. Oh, man, where could she be? Wow.
Let's go check the premenstrual aisle at Wal-Mart.
Fuck, maybe she's just deciding still.
Calling all dog owners. Your furry friend deserves top-notch nourishment, and Ollie delivers the clean, fresh nutrition your dog needs in 5 flavors they'll absolutely flip over. Ollie is made in U.S. kitchens with ingredients carefully sourced from trusted growers and producers around the world, with absolutely no harmful fillers or preservatives. With protein-first recipes like fresh beef with sweet potatoes, fresh turkey with blueberries, or fresh lamb with cranberries, you might start thinking, dang, my dog eats better than I do. And that's probably true when it comes to Ollie. Give your pup a fresh start this new year by letting them taste test a personalized meal plan with Ollie. Head to ollie.com/Wondery. Tell them all about your dog and use code WONDERY to get 60% off your first box of meals when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/Wondery and enter code WONDERY to get 60% off your first box. Start your dog's new year off right with Ollie. Start your dog's new year off right with Ollie.
Creating really great retail experiences is tough, especially with multiple stores, teams of staff, fulfillment centers, separate workflows. It's a lot. But with Shopify Point of Sale, you can do it all without complexity. And let's face it, acquiring new customers is expensive. With Shopify POS, you can keep shoppers coming back with personalized experiences and first-party data that give marketing teams a competitive edge. In fact, it's proven, based on a report from EY, businesses on Shopify POS see real results, like 22% better total cost of ownership and benefits, equivalent to an 8.9% uplift in sales on average relative to the market set surveyed. Want more? Check out at shopify.com/Wondery. All lowercase, and learn how to create the best retail experiences without complexity. Shopify.com/Wondery.
So 2 days later after the initial phone call, he called back and he said, I have to tell you something. And he said that, I went out driving. I went out looking for her. And he said, I found her car and I saw her lying there. I found Trisha in a state of she was all messed up, He said, I found her and I tried to give her CPR. Mm-hmm. That's what I was doing out there, trying to give her CPR. And she was like, oh, my God, really? That's terrible. And he said, yeah. And then obviously I figured CPR wasn't working. I had to get her to the hospital, obviously, as my beloved wife, mother of my children. So he said he dragged her and he over to the car and he tried to fit her into his car there, tried to get her in, but, quote, she wouldn't fit. Couldn't get her in there somehow, So he said, so I just left her there.
Say again?
I just left her. Didn't go home, call an ambulance. He goes, I just left her there. Yeah, that's, shit. And Danny goes, well, why didn't you drive her to the hospital? Figure out a way to get her in the fucking car, drive her to the hospital. And he goes, well, I was having a hard time fitting her in. I figured, well, this is probably for the best anyway, because if I take her to the hospital, police are probably going to think I had something to do with it. She's out there, an accident happens, I find her and take her to the hospital. That's going to look pretty bad for me, right? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And if the CPR ain't working anyway, what's the point? Just to prolonging this? This is crazy. So during that conversation, Danny Wood said, well, what if I was your wife? And what if I had been out there hit by a car? Would you have left me out there?
Well, logical question.
And he said, definitely, yeah, absolutely. You bet your goddamn ass I'd have left you out there. I'm talking about saving my own ass. What are we? What part of police would think I did it? I ain't taking you nowhere. Die in a field. Don't you understand? Jesus Christ,
I don't care
man.
who the victim is, Danny. Jesus, I'm trying to think about me.
I'm trying to think about me, for Christ's sake. Jesus, I'll go to a Burger King drive-thru from now on. I don't care.
Why are you thinking about you?
Oh,
Why are you making this all about Danny? This is about
Way to
me.
make it about Danny. Nice job. All about Danny. It always is. Great. Thanks. Not about me, who happened to kill you and leave you there. I get no attention out of this. So
we make it about you all the time, Danny. We bring guys over for you.
I like it too. I ain't gonna lie, but you really like it, you know? So
why don't we make it about me for a minute?
They said, Danny, why are you telling us all this? You know, you weren't even, we were done questioning you. You're like, you were cleared. Right. And she says, well, I'm mad because he told me he would have left me there. So I'm telling on him now.
Yeah.
Because I don't like him anymore. She said that she had a lot of faith in Sean, and she was disappointed that he said that and that he had killed Trisha because, quote, I thought he was a better person than that. Why is that so funny? I don't know, but it is.
What would make you think that, Dan?
I don't know of what would give you that idea.
Give me one fucking instance about him that makes you think he was a better person
than any of this. Danny Wood also says that Sean told her that he got blood on his clothes.
Yeah.
While it happened, because obviously if you're beating someone with a baseball bat, and that he had put his clothes in his attic. And then when the police ended up looking for an attic, when they executed a search warrant after that, they couldn't find the clothes up in the attic. So, which if he was smart, he would have burned those a long time ago. So they said that Wood said that she didn't talk to the police about Stempel's statements because Stempel told her that he would tell the police, and that he never lied to me before. And, she said, I believed him. She said he never lied to me before, which is probably very untrue. So
he's lied to you a lot.
So they talked to Sean's parents at this point. His dad's a minister. These are very, conservative people here. So just in their whole life and their religious beliefs and everything like that. So they, not politically, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So they're, the parents are crying and they're describing. They're saying this can't be true. I watched him cry for Trisha, and this is ridiculous. Stempel's mother said that Sean was crying when he found out. He was yelling, "Oh Trisha, oh Trisha, oh Trisha!" Just screaming, dropping to his knees. Very dramatic. Very dramatic.
He's a salesman. What do you want?
Jesus Christ! And she also said that the mother said she knew about Sean's affair.
Oh?
Sean had been trying to stop it. Her son had told her several months earlier that he was having an affair and asked her to pray for him to be able to stop, to have the willpower to stop.
Pray for me and this addiction to McDonald's and pussy.
This pussy is so good. I'm telling you. No, Ma, it makes a McRib taste like shit. I'm telling you. It's amazing. It's like every McNugget sauce mixed together and making magic. You don't understand. It's just wild. It's so good. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray away the pussy. I haven't heard. I've heard other things. I've never heard pray away the pussy. That's a new one. So
pray that I can fucking overcome this.
Please. It's so good. You have no idea, Ma. So November 26, 96 is when Hunt is charged, Terry Hunt. They charge him officially. He is going to plead guilty to shit here, and he's going to testify against Sean. He'll be sentenced after Sean is to make sure he testifies properly. Yeah. That's what they do. Hold that over your head. So Sean, now they get Sean in there, and they have everything. They have Danny Wood. They have evidence. They have Terry's story. They have it all. And they're like, Sean, here we go. I'm going to sit you down a little bit here.
And they're going to present this to him. That's the plan.
They're going to hit him, interrogate him one last time with, here's overwhelming evidence. Yeah. And then they're going to get him to confess to it because there's no way to there's no way to get around this evidence. You're fucked. So they videotape this whole thing. Mm-hmm. On the video, Sean begins it by saying, quote, I feel as though I should have an attorney because of how ugly this looks on me. Mm-hmm. That's what he says.
Not his fault.
Not all this. He was pointing at his head. This looks ugly on me, so I should have an attorney to represent my ugly head.
Right.
So they were like, okay, so do you want an attorney? When you say that, the cops are always like, are you saying you want to stop and you want an attorney? And if you said yes, then it's over. But Sean said, well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think maybe I should have an attorney. You'll see this a lot in interrogations, and the cops just kind of have to go, well, I mean, if you want to stop, we'll stop right now, get you an attorney. And they always go, well, I mean, I think I should have one, but they just want to show you. It's weird because it's usually someone that's guilty that does that because they want to show you that they feel that's a card they have to play. Like, I could play this card, so you're not in total control of me. Right. I could play this attorney card, but at the same time, maybe
I'm cooperative.
Exactly. Right. I want to be cooperative, but I don't want you guys to try to. I'm not a sucker who you're just going to railroad for something, because I'll get an attorney in here and shut this shit down. It's usually guilty people that do that. Innocent people either want an attorney or not. You know what I mean? And a lot of times guilty people, but guilty people do this a lot. Then Sean says this, okay? They were like, well, I mean, we'll get you an attorney if you want one. And then he says this, and this is maybe the dumbest thing anybody's ever said in an interrogation room without outright saying, I killed her, and I killed her good, and I loved it.
Yeah, do it again.
I'd do it again. So they said, well, I mean, you want an attorney? And then he said this, uninterrupted, by the way. He said, now, I got to clear my throat for this because this is wild. Quote, I know how bad this looks on me. So my fear is that you guys, well, I think you're here to prove I did it and not to find out, who did it.
Oh.
That's the problem here. And I know you're saying not, but that's my fear. So, and the questions I'm going to answer, I'm going to be choosy about it. That's the thing. And, of course, that's going to make me look worse. I understand, because, we have a large insurance policy, and because I'm having an affair, motive, whatever. What?
Say one more time.
Motive, whatever. Okay, that's what he says. Because I'm having an affair, motive, whatever, okay. Imagine the cops grabbing the other cop, like, don't say anything. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, just keep letting him talk. Shut up. They're biting their lip.
Every reason that he would kill her.
Yeah. Motive, whatever, okay. Then he says, because you guys saw a red truck, or somebody saw a red truck or whatever, and I used to have a red truck, so I'm the asshole? I'm the bad guy? Okay. Sure.
He said, I'm the asshole.
I'm the asshole. I'm the bad guy. Okay.
All right. I'm the asshole. All right.
Okay. Then he goes out on to say this. This is wild. This is a total unravel here. Quote, I'm the bad guy. Okay. I was out there that night.
Oh, shit.
Huh? I mean, people have seen me, so I was there, or close to it, right? So from my standpoint, I'm the one who, oh my God, I'm dead. Okay. That's what he says.
That is unbelievable.
One more time from the top, quickly, with no interruptions. I won't stop. I know how bad this looks on me. So my fear is, now you're a homicide detective, everyone. Just to picture that. You're listening to this. My fear is that you guys are, I think you're here to prove I did it and not to find out, who did it. And I know you're saying not. I know that's what you're saying, but that's my fear. And the questions I'm going to answer, I'm going to be choosy about them. I am, because, I have to, because I know, of course, that's going to make me look worse, because we have a large insurance policy, and because I'm having an affair, motive, whatever, okay. Because you guys saw a red truck, or somebody saw a red truck or whatever, and I used to have a red truck, so I'm the asshole? I'm the bad guy? Okay, yeah, I was out there that night, yeah. People have seen me, so I was there, right? Or close to it, right? So from my standpoint, I'm the one who, oh my God, I'm dead. Okay. Huh?
Is he that dumb that he just went over all the evidence in his own head and blurted it out and then said, I was there. Shit. Why did I say that?
Now I just put myself at the crime scene. Fuck.
With all the reason in the world to kill her.
So they're just sitting there silently like, oh my God, you're a moron. This is even on videotape. Holy shit. We're going to watch this at every Christmas party and laugh our asses off. Whenever we have new cops, we're going to show it to them. Like, check this out. You got to see this. Show him Stemple. No, you showing him Stemple? Yeah, I'm showing him Stemple. Of course I am.
Show him the masterful interview of Stemple.
Yeah. They're like, this job can be fun sometimes. Seriously, check this out. I almost pissed my pants and I couldn't even laugh. It was crazy.
Watch this guy confess accidentally. Here we go.
Oh, my God. So Sean states that he wants to help out. Look, I'd love to help you guys, but I don't want to screw myself, obviously. Yeah. So he says that he's, that's why he's selective about it. So then he said at some point later on, I better get an attorney. Then they tell him, you know what happens. And he replies, I do. Yeah. Or you know what happened. And he said, I do. This is after all that. He goes, I better get an attorney. He said all that shit. Then he goes, well, I better get an attorney. You know what I mean? And they said, well, yeah, we can get you one there. And they said, it's going to be up to you or yours. Because Sean said, when's the next time you're going to want to talk to me? Yeah. And he said, the cop said, well, it's going to be up to you and your attorney. And they say, Sean, you know what happened out there. And he said, I do. Then Stemple says, I'm going to get an attorney. And that's when the video ended.
He's so dumb.
You just fucked it all up.
He's so dumb.
He's arrested pretty soon after that, pretty quickly, obviously. Right in cuffs, you dumb shit. I mean, that's the dumbest thing ever.
Hey, Sean, one more thing. Try these on. Get in this room.
Come on in here. Now it gets, okay. His mother says that her and her husband, this is Sean Stemple's parents here, say that they received threats from inmates at the jail where Sean was, saying that they had to pay to protect him. If you don't give us money, we're going to fucking kill your son in here. We're going to stab him up and shit. Stemple's father said that he had paid $2,800 to people who said they were making threats against Sean. Huh. Now, what really happened was this $2,800 wasn't to these prison extortionists who were going to kill Sean. That money was actually going to Sean. This was a scam Sean had to scam money from his parents so he could pay fellow inmates to have people on the outside killed.
What?
Sean wanted to have a hit squad. He wanted to have a bunch of people killed, so he blackmailed or extorted this money out of his parents.
Wow.
And said that had other inmates say that we're going to kill Sean unless you give us money, and then they gave the money and Sean paid these people to kill other people on the outside.
Unbelievable.
This motherfucker's diabolical, okay?
One of the worst people on earth, right?
Yeah. It sounds really bad. They said he tried to arrange the death of several witnesses. Now, the person he found to set these hits up, a pretty bad dude. He's willing to kill a bunch of people on the outside. So this guy said, listen, I'll do this shit. Yeah, I'll kill people for you. No problem. I'm a killer. That's what I do. For money, I'll do it. But I need some proof here. He said, I need something because what's going to happen? I'm going to kill somebody and there's not going to be any proof you're connected to it. We're in here talking right now. Who's listening? No one knows that. He goes, so the only proof you're going to have is you're going to know I killed the person. You're going to have details about it. You're going to have all that shit. You're going to have a murder on me. Right. You could fucking own me, man. He goes, so what if something happens to you? You're going to go, well, I'll give you a murder. I can't have that shit. He goes, I need you to be just as guilty in this whole thing, and I need to have proof of your guilt. So that way it's mutually assured destruction here. Nobody fucks with anybody. He said, so in order for me to kill these people you need to kill, Sean, you need to write me a full written confession of exactly what you did to your wife to kill her. That way I have that, and if you fuck with me, then I can turn that into the cops.
Okay. And
Sean went, yeah, no problem. And that guy's obviously a cop. He's not an inmate. He's not a real murderer. He's not. It's a cop that he's telling this to.
Give me a confession and I'll murder for you.
And then I'll murder for you.
You're
so
obviously
Sean,
a cop.
And I have all these. I'll post them on social media. I have all these slides of this, all these pictures. This is in Sean's own handwriting. This isn't typed. This isn't anything. Sean took his fucking pen and wrote this shit out and signed his name to it. It's dated and everything.
I need a confession. Like to put pen to paper.
Yeah. February 6, 97 here. I, Timothy Sean Stemple, is how this fucking starts out in his own handwriting. On the night my wife died, had possession of the 1978 Ford pickup truck and did lure her, misspelled by the way, L-U-E-R, lure her, to the 8500 block of South Highway 75 and did, with malice and forethought, murder Tricia Stemple by means of running her over with aforementioned, he can't spell lure, but he gets aforementioned on the first try, 1978 Ford pickup truck. Terry Hunt and I beat her with a baseball bat and threw her, the less popular OUGH for that particular thing here, context, in front of the truck. I ran over repeatedly, which sounds like a recipe. Sounds like fucking beat
Folding
egg
the
whites
cheese.
repeatedly. Then Terry took me home and I called 911. Terry Hunt, who I was to pay $25,000 for the job, was to take the truck out of state, but he punked out and kept the vehicle in Tulsa until he was caught. And then it's signed Timothy Sean Stemple, and then it's written in regular Tim T. Sean Stemple underneath it.
Fantastic.
In case signed and dated and everything. So not only that, they go, well, I mean, yeah, that's something, obviously. I mean, clearly that's something. Yeah. But I don't know if that's enough, really to go on. I think I need to maybe, get some more out of you. And Sean goes, how about maps? I can draw maps. And I have hand-drawn fucking maps of him with the road. He's got a little stick figure that says body with an arrow pointing to it, Maxima with an arrow pointing to it. It's fucking insane.
That's a lot of evidence, man.
All in his handwriting, maps and things, and this is what happened, went here. Then this guy, this hitman, quote unquote, satisfied that he has all this evidence, says, all right, fine, I'll kill for you. And then he goes, but in order to do it, I don't have a good memory or anything, so I need you to write down very specific instructions in your own handwriting of how I'm supposed to commit these murders. Could you do that?
I have a good memory.
And Sean went, absolutely, I don't want you to fuck it up.
You moron! You kill people for that's why you're in jail. You don't have good planning. I'll handle this for you.
I got that. Let me plan this. So he has something that says, and it says at the top, instructions. So it's just so we're clear.
Like he's building a swing set.
Instructions. And he has at the top in bold letters with an arrow pointing to the instructions, it says, don't fuck this up. Please, no evidence. Please, no evidence. This is crazy. This is we're going to kill Terry Hunt because he's the key witness against me.
Right.
So they said no evidence, broken doors, cars left in parking lots, etc. Terry has to just disappear with no trace ever. Nothing can show that he was taken by force or I am fucked.
Yeah.
This is the plan. They're going to get these hitmen, they're going to sit Terry down and give him some money and say, look, Sean's giving you this money. You are going to confess to everything, okay? Yeah. That's what you're going to do because you're going to jail anyway, so Sean doesn't need to go too. Yeah. So here's $1,000, and then Terry is going to sit down and write letters to the sheriff and to everybody saying that Sean had nothing to do with it. Terry was lying. It was all Terry, and, okay. He'll take the blame for it.
Yeah,
then
the original offer was $25,000 to kill her, and yes, you did it, but you did it terribly. So listen,
you did a bad job.
You got caught. So now the offer's $1,000, and you just take the rap.
You just take the rap. You're taking it anyway. You already pled guilty and all that. So instead of doing that, they're going to say once he writes all the letters, then kill Terry. So now it dies with him. The last thing that he did was write all these letters saying he's a murderer and Sean's innocent, and then Terry died, so you can't ask him any follow-up questions. Done and done, case closed, Sean goes home. That's the plan.
It's over, yeah.
It's over, yeah. So he says, give him $1,000 bundle. This is Sean talking about Terry. Give him $1,000 bundle and tell him if you had it your way, he'd be dead. But since I am such a punk bitch, I'm going to let him live. All in his handwriting, too. This is amazing. But he is going to, then he has a question mark, then he has where, and then where is crossed out, and Dallas is next to it. So he's going to, I'm not sure, where? Dallas. There you go. And if he comes back before the trial is over, he dies. Alan dies, that's his dad, and Danny dies, that's Danny Wood. This way, he'll be relaxed when he writes the letters. Kill him afterward. Don't tell him. Make him think he's going on a tropical vacation, then kill him.
Tropical vacation to Dallas.
To Dallas, yeah. Then he says, about the letters, do it all exactly. Buy a pack of paper. Let him open it. Buy a box of envelopes. Let him open it. He's certainly been watching some forensic TV shows 90s style here. Buy a bag of Ziploc. Bag big enough for the letters. Buy stamps for each envelope. Don't touch them. The glue on the back holds prints perfectly. Wow. Let him do everything with the letters. So then he says, oh, my God, this is amazing. This is what the letters need to say. He's got instructions of what they need to say. And these are numbered 1, 2, 3 with a circle around the numbers. So they're really bullet pointed here. Number 1, I got the truck from Danny's around midnight. Took care of some business, and then in parentheses, weed, baby, in mounds till around 2:30. So I don't know what's up with that. Weed, baby. He said, driving back home around 2:45 on north on 75, he sees the Maxima by the side of the road, recognizes the plate, and thinks he sees someone in it. Pitch black, 2:45 in the morning. He's catching plate numbers on the side of the road.
And recognizing that he knows them.
That's normal. Gets off at the 71st Street exit, gets back on at the 75th, heading south so he can see if I need help, because it's Sean back there. Yeah. Number 5, he continues down 75 to the Jenks Road exit, where he gets off and turns around, heading back north toward the Maxima. He pulls in behind the Maxima and gets out to see if I am in the car. He sees that I'm not, so he gets back in the truck and heads off again north on 75. He again exits off on 75 off of 75 on the 71st Street exit and turns around and heads south on 75 to the Jenks Road exit, where he turns around heading north again toward the car.
Jesus, how many times is he going to see this?
Why would he keep circling? Yeah, he's not there. He's not there. Then he says he is driving slow looking for me when he feels the truck hit something. He is confused and backs up to see what he hit and runs over her again. As he does this, the lights hit on her bloody body. This is what he's fucking right. He's got like a narrative. This is hilarious. The lights hit on her bloody body. He panics again and takes off, hitting her again.
Now number 3.
Now, scared shitless. He drove, this is what it said, scared shitless.
Yeah.
He drove north on 75 and in a quick decision decides he's got to get rid of the truck. He remembers that I sometimes park the truck at Beeline and turns around again on the 71st exit and drives the car to Beeline, where he drops it off and starts walking / hitchhiking. He gets all the way to Jenks Road exit again and is thinking, oh shit, there's blood all over the truck, probably. Oh shit, Sean's going to know I did this. So he busts ass back to the truck, picks it up, and drives to wherever he really took it. That's the instruction.
A bad story.
That's the only way Terry can say it. Now, where does the flat tire come from then? How about that? Because he doesn't explain any of that in there. Then he says also, this is just a letter to some background for the murderers here. Terry needs to know I'm still going to pay for him for his time spent. But if he changes his story, there ain't nowhere he can't be gotten to. He needs to know in advance that the police are not going to believe him. They will probably know he's talking for me. That don't matter. No matter what they say, he sticks to it or the others get it. T. Sean Stemple and a big signature. Why would you sign that? How many other murders is this guy setting up where you need to like have an invoice and it's got to be signed and numbered? Because I mixed it up with the Feldman murder. That's a totally different murder. Shit, let me go through my files quick.
Here, inmate, take care of this for me.
Take care of that. Then he's got a cast of characters and who they are. Yeah. Terry Hunt, my boy, is next to there. Alan Hunt, Terry's uncle and legal guardian. Peggy, I think Peggy, Alan's girlfriend. Danny Wood, Terry's cousin, also my girl. She can be used as a threat against Terry, but she is never talked to or touched ever. Underline 2 exclamation points.
Never get near my girl.
Never. Then Tanya and Leah, Danny's sisters, live in OKC. I don't think he gives a shit about them, but Danny does, and Terry cares about Danny.
Oh, my God.
Terry's mom lives in OKC. He never sees her, but you could say you know where she is at, or you will find her if he fucks up. Holy shit. So he's got this whole thing all planned out, signed, and everything like that. Next, we have the letters that Terry wrote.
Oh, shit.
So they had Terry go through with this and write it. That way Sean would keep talking because he thinks everything is going along plan here. Yeah. Sergeant Huff, it starts out. And these are handwritten, too, by the way, by Terry. I am writing this letter because you guys want me to be a witness about Sean Timothy Stemple wife that got killed on Highway 75. I can't come to court. That's awesome. I can't come to court. I'm sorry, I can't make it. Because I borrowed the truck that night, and I hit her on accident because she ran out in front. Ah! And he just hit her. She ran out in front like a wild person. I never even seen her till after. Sean should get out of jail because he didn't do. I am sorry, sir, Terry. Well, that ought to do it, right? That's, we're so sorry, Mr. Stemple. Get the cuffs off of him, take him out of there. Jesus, you poor bastard.
I'll just be in here doing my time.
Someone will give you a hand job while they process you out because that was not right. Next up, well, shit, Terry, you also got to clear shit up with Danny. She's pissed at me, acting a fool.
This. Yeah.
So he writes, quote, Danny, Sean didn't hit his wife, I did. Not like the police say. It was an accident, for real. Sean didn't hit his wife, I did. Not like the police say. It was an accident, for real. Like for real. Like I swear.
Not for fake.
Not for fakesies or nothing. She ran out in front of me. I didn't do it. She did. That's what he says in the letter.
It was
a suicide. It's a suicide. She couldn't take it no more. She jumped out in front. She said, next truck that comes down this road, I'm jumping out in front of it. I sent a letter telling the police what I did, but I ain't going to court because Sean's got to know I did it. Because Sean's got to know I did it. Yeah. Tell him I'm sorry, and I hope he gets out. Terry. Next up, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I hit your wife. She ran out in front of me when I was looking for you. I never even seen her till after I hit her. I'm not going to court, but I wrote, without the W, just R-O-T, but I wrote the police a letter telling them you didn't do it, so you should get out. I'm sorry she died. Terry. Okay, so now, after all of that, by the way, Danny Wood writes a very nice letter to, I believe it is a member of Trisha's family here. Yeah, she said, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to tell you this because you were so nice to me, but Terry and Nate killed Trisha because of me. I'm so sorry. I really am. I love Sean so much. He was the best thing that ever happened to me. Wow. What? This guy?
That's
how?
Shocking.
This bald, stupid, unemployed motherfucker just, how could I find another one of them? I couldn't. And she didn't love him or she wouldn't have let him be with me. That's what Danny says.
Oh, Danny.
I just wanted my own family, and Terry said Sean wouldn't go to jail. I wanted to tell the police all along, but Terry said they would kill me too. I am sorry. So, there's that. Now, Danny writes Sean this letter. Okay. Sean, I love you, and I'm sorry about everything. Terry and Nate killed Trisha so we could be together. See, she's playing along with it, too. And he's just this poor, oh, God, I'm sitting in jail. My children have no mother. Oh, Jesus. Help me.
I just heard what Terry and Nate did.
Oh, those terrible, terrible people so we could be together. You know I didn't want any money. I just wanted a family of my own with you. Terry said it looked like an accident. If it looked like an accident, nobody would get in trouble. I never wanted you in jail, but I couldn't tell the police or they would kill me too. I love you always and forever, and I am sorry. Tell the kid the names of the kids. I'm sorry. I won't say the names of the kids. So now that's a Dear John letter. It's all over with at that point. So now, next up, Sean puts Danny on the hit list too, and has a thing. Danny Wood has her address. Arby's assistant manager is where she works. Got her car there. Says she's expecting flowers at her house. He's got her all stalked out. Cop lives in an apartment across from her. Might work nights. Check for surveillance. It's crazy. So Sean's trial comes up. Is obviously they don't let him go.
Oh,
clearly.
This is bad.
Yeah, the homicide sergeant testifying calls Stemple one of the most evil men he's ever come in contact with in however many years on the job.
I would
which
say
doesn't
so. Yeah.
Doesn't sound great, but they probably say that about everybody.
Right.
You know, I would assume. So Danny Wood testifies that she had nothing to do with the death of Trisha Stemple. First of all, she said she met Sean when he would order food at the drive-thru. She knew he was married with 2 children. Didn't care. She said that he all the time would constantly say he wanted a divorce, and she said he kept saying some not very good things about Trisha to her. She said that she once called Trisha without identifying herself, just to say he doesn't want to be with you and hang up.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So she just called.
She is brainwashed.
That's why Trisha said, "Are you having an affair?" Because a woman called and said he doesn't want to be with you and was like yelling and shit. So that's a bad move. Danny said, "I think she knew he was having an affair, but I don't think she knew who it was with." Were you fucking the drive-thru chick for McDonald's? Isn't going to come up a lot.
She had the same voice as the "Would you like fries with that girl?"
I heard. I said, yes, I do want bacon.
I had half a mind to ask her to say, "Would you like that upsized?"
Yeah, was it?
Supersized.
Shit. Yeah, might as well, I guess. So at the trial here, Hunt testifies. He says that the first plan involved a kill switch on the Nissan Maxima, where Stemple and his wife would drive to a location where Stemple would kill her based on the car not starting because he put a kill switch in it. So they said that they would get out and Hunt would come out of hiding and hit Trisha with the baseball bat. Stemple, they kept objecting, by the way, to this. They kept objecting to Terry's testimony, saying this is the first time they've heard these details. That's what the defense was saying. The prosecutor said that before testifying, Hunt indicated that a conversation had taken place and added that to his testimony. So they're trying to say that Hunt's making stuff up to make his story sound more believable. To me, all of those details of who did what and when and all those are all like nebulous details floating around. The main thing is these two idiots killed her, planned to do it, and then drove away.
Right.
Whatever who was going to do what first, and then this one thought that none of that shit matters.
Doesn't matter.
You both killed her.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But the defense is really trying to parse little things with Terry. Like, well, at first he said this, so if he lied then, he's lying to you now type of shit, which is fair for a defense attorney to do. So testifies about the baseball bat. Later, Hunt testified that he drove by Nathaniel Helm's residence before driving out to the location of the murder, and so there was more objections over that. I guess that he couldn't find Helm. Otherwise, Helm would be right here, too. You're lucky he didn't come out that night.
Shit.
Yeah. So Stemple objects to Hunt's testimony, saying he acted like it was an assault or a carjacking and told them to get down back there and to stay down with the bat. Hunt said that that was the point. They were trying to make it look like a carjacking type situation, but instead they did such a bad job they thought it was a drunk driver. They had never even thought of a carjacking. That never even came up. So there's a lot of evidence on tire marks because the pickup truck is tied to the scene not only by Trisha's hair fibers and blood, but also the tire marks made with those tires that went right over her. I mean, Mona Lisa Vito would have been very helpful here for this whole thing. Yeah. We could have found out it was a 63 Pontiac Tempest and moved on. Been over with. So they said there are discrepancies in Hunt's versions of events as he initially told his story to the police and when he testified at trial. Because that'll happen. That shit will get real smoothed out by the time trial comes up. Even at one point in a bench conference, the prosecutor said to the judge and the defense attorney, I don't know if anything coming out of this guy's mouth is going to be consistent. You know, he's kind of a machine gun with spraying shit. But the main point was all consistent there. Yeah. Those two, baseball bat, truck, Trisha. That's all the core there. All the rest of it's all, sugar plums dancing in your head. Who gives a fuck? So the main facts are what they are, that they were both into it and everything like that. So on the cross-examination of Hunt, they said, when you discuss this with the prosecutor, you say they didn't tell you what to say. They told you the areas in which you would be examined. You'd be examined today, didn't you? And he said, yeah, that's what I said. They said, told you what questions they were going to ask you, didn't they? And he said, they said what all exact certain topics that we're going to cover. Which, yeah, they prepared you for testimony. What fucking lawyer doesn't prepare a witness for testimony? That would be... They'd be a terrible prosecutor if they did that, or defense attorney. So they said, did they tell you there were difficulties between the crime scene and what you were testifying to as far as a huge puddle of blood out there that wouldn't fit in unless somebody's chest was run over or some serious injury was done with the car at that point? Terry says, they didn't tell me about the blood. They asked me if I run over put the truck on her chest, and I told him yes. And they said, they asked you if you put the truck on her chest, and he said, they said that on the court docket, that it said that I had run over her, and I replied yes. They said that on the court docket is the question. What do you believe a court docket to mean, sir? And then Terry said, I don't know. Where the thing states states of the charges I've been charged with, what they gave me when I was first arrested, showing the charges that had been. It's a charging sheet with the affidavits and witnesses and all the shit that why you're being charged with something. So they said, they told you that the charges are that you ran over her chest, and Terry said yes. So all of this goes on. Small inconsistencies here and there are a big thing with that. They're really trying to do that. So the prosecutor here, he says this. At one point, he asks Stemple. Stemple ends up testifying, and they asked Stemple if he had left Oregon. I guess he was in Oregon at some point for a minute. They said, did you leave Oregon because you were run out of town because you were abusive with children?
Oh.
And then that was objected and sustained, and the prosecutor was actually admonished for saying that and all this type of shit. Then the prosecutor comes in here and does his closing statement, and it's fucking hilarious because they showed the jury the videotape of him talking.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is damning. That looks when I was reading it, you were laughing. So that means it's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad. So they showed that to the jury and then had all this shit out in front, and this is what the guy says. And the number of times he says tape is awesome. It's fucking great. Because they're talking about the videotape that he's recorded on. He says, quote, you look at his statements, the statements of this defendant, to Fred Park, to the police, to the written statement he made. Look at those statements. They're all inconsistent. Don't you think that you'd remember what you were doing at the particular time your wife was killed? Human nature, ladies and gentlemen. He was trying to hide something. He was making it up as he went along. Yeah. That was the one thing in his plan he didn't think about, the details. That's right. He didn't have the answers for those questions on that tape. You look at the statement he made to Fred Park on the tape, and it's on this tape right here. You watch this tape. It's an interesting thing about these tapes. Put that right up here because that's a piece of evidence you saw on this tape. What's interesting about a tape is there's no credibility problem with the tape.
Yeah.
There's no memory problem with the tape. There's no bias with the tape. There's no bias.
Yeah.
You can watch that tape, and if you watch that tape, and you take that statement alone he made on the tape and disregard everything else, what's he say on the tape? Quote, we have a large insurance policy, and because I was having an affair, motive, whatever, okay. That's what he says on the tape. That's his motive. Because you guys saw a red truck or somebody saw a red truck. How does he know that? Quote, I was out there that night.
Oh, shit.
He says that to Fred Park on the tape. Quote, I'm the one. Oh, my God, I'm dead. He admits it all to you on the tape. Discard everything else. The tape is enough to convict him.
Suck it, sir.
Holy shit. And then he turned around and did the crotch chop to the fucking defense and thrust at them several times.
Eat shit.
Holy fuck. So the defense went, oof. That was pretty good. What he said was that was good. Sometimes you gotta give the other side credit. I'll tell you what, for their presentation. Yeah. And the judge is like, "Sir, you need to get on with your thing." He's like, I'm getting there. I just, well,
I really want to high five that guy.
Whew,
and
beautiful day out today, huh, ladies and gentlemen?
Can I switch sides?
Can I? You know what? I quit. I'm going to be a prosecutor now. I'm on your team. So they spend their closing trying to challenge the credibility of various witnesses, including Terry Hunt, pointing out inconsistencies in a 16-year-old dipshit's testimony, which, come on. What are you going to do? Verdict comes in, 5 hours of deliberation here. Death penalty on the table, by the way. This is a big deal. Sean is convicted, guilty of murder in the first degree, attempted murder in the first degree, conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree. Yeah, not good at all for that for him. He's fucked.
Yeah.
Trisha's family said there are no winners in something like this. The loss of our daughter has been completely heinous and horrible and tragic. It's been a horrible time for everybody. Yeah, I would say. Christ. Sentencing comes around. Now, they have mitigating, aggravating factors here to see if you're going to get the death penalty. Mitigating factors are Sean's children like him.
Okay.
That's what he's got. His son comes in and says, I like my dad. Please don't kill him.
Yeah.
They say he's got a high probability of rehabilitation. He's got no criminal history. He's religious. He's coached children, so that means he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. He's a nice guy. And then the aggravating factors are he committed the crime for money and promise of money, and the murder was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, which I think this is the definition of that.
Sure.
And they come back with the penalty here. You, sir, may fuck off, death penalty, plus 22 years, plus 10 years.
Oh, God damn it.
Jesus. And Terry Hunt.
Yeah.
Terry Hunt gets sentenced. You, sir, may fuck off, too. Life in prison with parole for Terry Hunt. So that's what they got there.
A chance.
2006, Sean and Trisha's son dies.
Oh, no.
At like 21 years old, I believe, some kind of accident, it would I think here. Now, Sean's appeal is an interesting one for several reasons. There was a freeshawn.org website that's not around anymore. There is a change.org petition attached to this case with 1,600 signatures, Jimmy.
That's a lot.
They put together on freeshawn.com, they put together this insane document that it compared her murder to the murder of another man who they said was, I guess, had baseball bat injuries as well. And they didn't have the exact same injuries. So that means that Trisha couldn't have been hit by a baseball bat. And his whole appeal is that the baseball bat thing was all made up by Terry Hunt just to railroad Sean Stemple, and that she was actually hit by a car, and that's her actually what killed her. And this whole thing has just been a terrible miscarriage of justice to a poor grieving husband. That's their appeal.
Jesus.
Dead serious. Dead fucking serious. Also, ineffective assistance of counsel. He says that, I should have gotten better help than that. He said there was a couple of issues. One was ineffective for waiting to give an opening statement to start at the start of his case, which is a legitimate strategy. The counsel can't be faulted for waiting to make an opening statement at the start of the case. If they can do it whenever they want. It's a strategy. If it's not, I forgot to make an opening statement, that would be ineffective assistance of counsel. I didn't write one, so I didn't do it because I forgot. I had a lot of shit going on the night before. My kid had a soccer game. That's ineffective.
Right.
But if he said, no, I'm choosing to do this because I think it's better strategy because I'd like to say this shit at this point in the trial and be better for me, that's just a strategy. That's a legal strategy. And Sean didn't go to law school, so he should shut the fuck up. Plus, imagine being his defense attorney. You have a mountain on top of you. You got to try a big bald mountain. You got to try to move.
That defense attorney has ulcers today. I guarantee you.
He's fucking gotta. Now, also, he said bad aggravating factors. He said the fact that the only time they're talking about money being a motivation was what Hunt said, and that was uncorroborated, so that shouldn't be an aggravator. And they said that especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, they said that must be supported by all the evidence, and they said that, it doesn't, that it's bullshit with this baseball bat thing. So, yeah, the change.org, this is their paragraph to try to get you to sign up here. Timothy Sean Stemple was convicted of the murder of his wife, Tricia Stemple, in February 1998. Sean and his family have maintained his innocence since he was prosecuted. He's set to be executed on March 15, 2012, for a crime he did not commit. We are speaking out about this so late because Sean never wavered in his faith in our justice system. He was convinced that his conviction would be set aside for violation of his constitutional rights. Up until this point, our judicial system has failed. Key witnesses for the prosecution perjured themselves, including the only eyewitnesses. Scientific evidence shows the murder did not and could not have happened the way the only eyewitness stated it. 5 forensic experts have concluded that Tricia Stemple did not, capital letters, die from a baseball bat beating, but from an auto pedestrian accident. If you knew Sean or his family or are against the death penalty, please sign this petition. Help us free Sean. Share this with everyone you know. The truth should be known. Yeah. And the people, every one of them, quote, I went to the freeshawn.com website and saw how weak the evidence really was at trial. I also read what the witnesses said, and all those 2 witnesses did was continue to change their stories. Sean's parents were even threatened by men in jail regarding the safety of not only Sean, but the safety of many family members, including Sean's children. His parents gave jail criminals $3,000 out of fear for their family members. It was Sean scamming them, you dumb fuck. It was Sean scamming them. Right. It's all written in his fucking handwriting. Right. Do these people not see that shit? Because I got it all right here. I'll fucking send it to them. I realize this is from 10 years ago, but I'm getting worked up. Like,
he wrote it down, for God's sakes.
We hate a false conviction. That's the worst thing in the world, to take a fucking innocent person and take all their freedom away and put them in a fucking box and torture them mentally forever is a horrible thing that no one should have to go through. This motherfucker, I feel 0% that this guy was in here for no reason. 0%. So you're telling me, okay, you didn't want to kill your wife, okay? Just let me keep the facts straight. You didn't want to kill your wife, but you're just the luckiest fucking guy in the world because you happen to want to fuck this 18-year-old for a long time and have a bunch of money in your pocket to do that with. Right. And out of nowhere, somebody, who knows, without your prompting at all, just took care of all of this for you and cleared the way for you to bang your 19-year-old girlfriend and collect all this insurance money. They even did it in a way that you could get extra insurance money. What a kind murderer. They really wanted me to start over again. Are you fucking kidding me?
And if you're not a murderer, holy fuck, are you a callous son of a bitch to plan several more murders from behind bars?
What about that, motherfucker? Right. Like, why? What innocent people go, I've been falsely convicted, I'll kill everyone involved? What innocent people do that? That's not what innocent people do.
The woman I love.
That is not what innocent people do. Start putting up hits and shit. The next paragraph is the really stinky thing about this trial. Yeah. Okay, you're an adult and you're talking about a murder trial and you used the word stinky in print. I don't care anything you say, you dumb shit. Is that the 2 witnesses are the most likely the ones who ran over Sean's wife with their truck. Of course they would say whatever it is that would guarantee saving themselves. I'm still in shock that this man is to be executed. Shock. Here is, I guess, his niece. I love my uncle so much and have no doubt that he's innocent. I feel bad for her because she's his niece. Of course she's going to.
She's been fed so much shit.
Yeah. Growing up, looking at him as a major father figure in my life, I've seen his strength, his perseverance in showing his love for his family, especially his wife and 2 children. Please spare his life. That's fine. That's from his niece, and I'd expect nothing less than that. Here's another one. This just disgusts me. How can they kill a person without even having real proof? Okay. Well, how about
What do you need?
We know the truck did it. We know Terry was there because he knew a lot of goddamn details. We also know Sean was definitely there because a man drove by and saw a fucking bald man fighting with her on the side of the fucking road. Are you kidding me? What are we talking about? Then he said, here's another one. I've heard his story and how much his family cares, and I strongly feel that he's innocent. I don't want someone to die just because certain facts were ignored. Please free this man. Here's another one. I believe he's innocent. Here's another one. Please look at the evidence. It does not add up that Sean did this crime of murder. Why is the evidence being ignored? Please do the right thing as you stand before God, knowing that the truth is that Sean could not have done this. If there's any doubt in your mind, you cannot allow Sean to be put to death for something he didn't do. Here's another one. I cannot imagine that the court would condemn someone to death solely on the testimony of someone that they knew participated in the crime and changed his story several times in order to save his life. Well, that wouldn't be uncorroborated. The problem is all the physical evidence backs up exactly what the fuck he said.
Right.
and Sean was with the truck, so it doesn't really matter.
He's 16. He doesn't know everything. He can't spit the whole story out one take, Charlie.
Plus, he was waving a gun around at school. He's obviously a moron. That's not goes without saying. The evidence that the court presented is murky and frankly cannot be trusted. Okay.
Who are these people?
This is a true miscarriage of justice. I feel there should be a new trial in order to review all the evidence available and to review the original evidence before it was allegedly changed. I hope that the governor and, if need be, President Obama will intervene in this case. Yes. President Obama was going to reach down and pluck Sean from fucking state prison, you dipshit. That's not how this works. So, next up here is Alyssa. This is his sister. This is Sean's sister, I believe. Mm-hmm. Quote, Sean has demonstrated such forgiveness and compassion throughout this entire ordeal.
Wow.
He's been our encourager and never lost faith that our justice system would work on his behalf. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Here's an anonymous one. They didn't leave their name. This is wild. Quote, Terry Hunt was a thug and part of a gang. His uncle is a drug dealer and all-around disgusting human being. The 14-year-old Nathaniel Helm is serving time in a Colorado prison for multiple counts of armed robbery. This is like 5 years later, so it may be. Danny's friends, and they chose this trash to testify against a man who everyone liked and respected. Here's the problem with his testimony. Because of physical evidence, we know she was standing up or on all fours when she was hit by the car, meaning she was conscious. Well, if she crawled from the middle of the grass to the fucking weeds, she'd have had to have been conscious to do that. No? She also had no injuries at this point. Terry said when they hit her with the car, they either, quote, and then in parentheses, he had two different stories, backed up, which takes 39 seconds, or drove up the 71st Street exit, turned around, went to the next Jenks exit, came back to run her over, which takes 6 minutes and 30 seconds. What is keeping Trisha in the same spot for that long?
She's been run over already.
Beaten, run over at her car in front of... Are you fucking nuts? His story does not add up, and he's protecting someone. Oh, it's always someone. It's always... Yes, and the earth is flat, you fucking morons. Oh, my God. So, Sean's family's obviously... They're, lobbying to have him saved. But execution week comes, and the last chance they have is clemency. That's it. His sister says, we're here because we believe in my brother. We believe he's innocent of the crimes that he's convicted of. The whole crime scene, as well as the forensic report, does not support the baseball bat beating at all. All the experts, the medical examiner's report, show it didn't ever happen. That's not true. No. His final thought was, if I don't have a reprieve, I'll be with Trisha and Shane. So he'll be with his kids and or with his son and his wife, who's gone now.
More like in shame.
In shame, yeah, it'd be in shame. The letters to the clemency board talked about what a wonderful, hardworking person he was, and all this type of shit. Trisha's family, though, on the other hand, sent letters calling him diabolical, a psychopath, a charmer, and a deceiver.
There you go.
So, when looking for clemency, he writes a letter here. This is him, right? No, this is the family there. Okay, now Sean. The clemency board votes 4-1 to deny him clemency.
Good.
So March 15th, 2002, execution day, or 2012, execution day, Sean writes a letter. He doesn't give a statement. He writes a letter. To whom it may concern. When my wife and best friend Trisha Stemple was killed, it devastated me. That's how he starts it. So we don't need to finish it because I don't think you were devastated. It made my dick rock hard because it means I'd be hiding in more closets. Last meal, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Oh, baby. Last meal. Here it comes. Drum roll. A large stuffed crust pizza with extra cheese, half pepperoni, half Canadian bacon, and a 2-liter bottle of orange soda with ice, like an 8-year-old's birthday party.
Half and half. Who's he sharing this with?
Unfucking believable. Yeah, half and half. I want some of each. I can't decide.
What the fuck?
He eats that. No last words. That's about that. Deborah Ruddick Bird, who is Trisha's sister, said, Today is not about Sean. Today is about justice, finality, and closure for my beautiful sister Trisha. Today we say it's finished. Yes. So They bury Trisha in the Memorial Park Cemetery in Tulsa is where she is. Now, Terry Hunt, he's still out there.
Oh, boy.
Entered prison in 97, had his first parole hearing in 2014, and they told him to go back and fucking marinate for another 10 years or so.
Think on it a bit.
I think his next one is in 2024 because they can deny for like a 10-year period. He's still in jail. Currently, I believe, at the Dick Connor Correctional Center in Osage County, Oklahoma. And that, everyone, is Jenks, Oklahoma. And a hell of a wild story.
What the shit?
Holy shitballs. If you like that story, tell the world about it. Get on whatever app you're listening to and leave us 5 stars and tell everybody something nice. It's not for our egos. It's just business. It helps out a lot. Definitely do that. Follow us on social media at Murder Small on Twitter, at Small Town Pod on Facebook, at Small Town Murder on Instagram. That is to keep up with everything, all the latest shit, including the tour dates and the tour when the tickets go on sale. There's going to be a pre-sale promo code. You got to get your promo code and everything like that. All can be found on the website, shutupandgivememurder.com. Along with this list of shows, here are our dates for the 2023 very quickly. February 10th, Cleveland. February 11th, St. Louis. March 23rd and 4th in Seattle. March 25th, Portland, Oregon. May 5th, Detroit. May 6th, Pittsburgh. July 15th, San Diego. July 28th, Salt Lake City. July 29th, Denver. August 11th, Minneapolis. August 12th, Chicago. September 8th, Atlanta. September 9th, Charlotte. October 6th, Philadelphia. October 7th, Washington, D.C., Boston, New York, Milwaukee, and Phoenix still to come. So definitely those to come. So come on and join us at a live show. Shutupandgivememurder.com is where you get all of that. We cannot wait for that. Patreon.com/crime and sports is where you get all your bonus stuff. This week is no different. Anyone $5 or above, you get the whole back catalog, 150 or so bonus episodes to binge. Then you're going to get a new one every other week. You're going to get 2 new ones, actually. 1 crime and sports, 1 small town murder. You get access to it all. This week, the many, many, many sexual assault or actual full-on rape allegations that have been leveled against Ben Roethlisberger over the years. We're going to talk about some of those, the ex-Steelers quarterback. And then for small-town murder, it's prisoner dating game time. You know what the prisoner dating game is. We're going to play it. I'm going to line up 4 bachelors, 4 bachelorettes, nothing in common except they're all incarcerated and they're violent felons, and Jimmy's going to get to choose one of each and then find out what the hell they did. And it is hilarious. So much fun. Patreon.com/crime and sports. And at the same time, you're going to get all that, and you're going to get a shout-out.
Yes.
When are you going to get a shout-out? Right fucking now. Hit me with them, Jimmy.
This week's executive producers are Karen Lewis, Kevin Pisters, Alex Hopper, Jordan Bennett, and happy birthday, Carol Feely Vario. I think it's Vario. Carol, happy birthday.
Hey, Carol. Probably Vario, like Paul Vario, the
probably
gangster.
Yeah. Other producers this week are Corporal Carl Kirshner, Hannah Quinn, and her pup Kunioki.
Wow.
Kunioki. Liz Vasquez, Emmy Award winner Stymie, Vincent Barbarino, Fat Penguin, and a ruler from the Blues Brothers, David Shitbreath, and the Shitbreath Family Foundation. Happy Hour in Big Spring, Texas. Janice Hill, Dan Normal. Dan's upset that he mixed up Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Reno 911.
He's the one. Yes,
yeah. He didn't realize.
Definitely. I've never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine for 2 seconds.
I saw it. I saw like 2
on a plane
episodes.
for 2 seconds, and I was hoping that we would lose cabin pressure and we couldn't watch it anymore. It was terrible. But Reno 911 is fabulous.
It's the best.
So yes,
it's so good. God, it's so.
You are right about that.
Sharon Jones, Logan Orelli, Joseph O'Connor, Joey Graciano, Nicholas Rogers, Jeremy Inskeep, Carlos Serrano, Tamara Sagier, Aisling Warren, Rebecca with no last name, Bailey Darnell, Karen Grimm, Ryan Gunyon, Union, Ryan, nope, that's Aaron Newton, Brian Stacy Clement, Shannon Exley, Leah Merrick, Nicole Nelson, Samantha Cavallero, Jennifer Harder, Rebecca, nope, that's Beth, Rockefeller, Mackenzie Robertson, Steffi, Melissa Thomas, Laura Liu, Tara Farber, Aaron Richards, Wilhelm, Nubs with no last name, Sarah Cowbo, Sarah Newman, I think, Ariel Hopkins, Jenny Newman, Marilyn Brandfast, I think. I'm doing my best.
You're killing it, Jimmy.
This is all I've got. Tina Stable, Aaron Hafner, Lee Zeiseldorf, Steve Brown, Andromeda McNellis, Catherine Carragher? No, that's not right. Nanette with no last name, Catherine Madrid, Rebecca Hibbs, Renee Carlson, Jenna Augustine Atwater, Chio with no last name, Ngozi Mychenivituber. That's not right. Ben Simmons, Shelley Reynolds, Ariana Chirola, Morgan Thompson, Carl Humer, Krista Gibson, Natasha Danielle Thompson, Kelsey Helsing, Matt Mosier, D with no last name, Crystal Gardner, Sharon Ferguson, Michael Bacon, Barbara Murphy, Susan Bumpus, Wolfie with no last name, Sherilyn Sheehy, Carrie Morrow, Ashley Rigby, Colin Mulligan, Rebecca Lynn, Tori Beatty, Allison, you got this, Jimmy Ashworth, Rebecca Williams, Kristen Keelan, Jennifer with no last name, Zachary Casey, Jody, 72, John McElwraith, Teresa Richards, Fish Season, Catherine McMains, Tew Nguyen, Jacob Bandy, Jessica Marchial, Travis Cobb, Allison Reynolds, Felice Scholes, the Doc's daughter, Haley Joseph, Samantha Mosier, Gabrielle Yeasel, Jason Rotgun, Nick Knutson, Kelsey Taffler.
Yeah, I'm sure that's right on the money. Sounds good.
Corey Ann Kelly Fowler, Nicole Stuhlberg, Erica Vivereros, Kathleen Schmidt, Maggie Snively, Amy Flaherty, Lacey Spigarelli, Joseph Aisler, Calvin B. Taylor McGregor, Lucy Antonelli, Jeremy Wilson, Joseph, nope, that's Stephen, but Amy Frasco, Shay Brannon, Joel Pinche. That can't be right. Hugh Trong, I think. Alyssa Hurt, Jose Gaspar, Lisa with no last name, Mary Clore Doss, Dylan Dickinson, Kate Nye, Ashley Hay, Circa Palkala.
Wow.
Kim Thielen, Shelley Dages, Dags, do you like Dags? AJK, John Merker, wow, Ariel Cohen, Kristen Weston, Rob Hodling, Inspections by Vicky Terry, Andy Beal, Nick with no last name, Whitney Allen, Kendra Larson, Davon Brown, Madeline Lee, Melanie. David Buster, Melanie Harvey, Jolene with no last name, David Nadelinger, Jennifer Ebert, David Dempsey, Richard Somerville, Robert Clark Bancroft, Kristen with no last name, Suzanne Rackham Nakani, Chase Weir, Alex Wickham, Scott Gross, and Jonathan Kyle. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody, so much for all that you do for us.
It's really
everybody.
Nice. Yeah.
And I do want to say thank you for everyone who came to live shows this year. Right. We're all done with them for 2022. This was all makeups for 2020.
Right.
People held on to tickets for 3 years and came to the shows. That's bonkers. Yeah. Some of these shows were literally sold out. The Oklahoma show was sold out in a week in December of 2019. That's when. And they all held, and that venue didn't do returns. No. So that was the only one that didn't do returns. They all held those tickets for 3 years, and every single one of these motherfuckers showed up. It was wild. Thank you so much for doing that, and we can't wait for another year of it. If you want to follow us on social media, very easy to do that. Just head to shutupandgivememurder.com. The links are right there.
Right.
Come see us, check in with us, and we'll hang out with you there. That said, thank you so much, and have a great time out there. Join us for Small Town Murder Express, and check out the last few Crime and Sports as well if you feel like it. If not, who gives a shit? Have some fun, everybody. Until next week, it's been our pleasure. If you like Small Town Murder, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
It takes one guy out there to say, who's that Kyle who thinks he can just get on a microphone on a podcast and start publicizing this?
From iHeart Podcasts and Tenderfoot TV comes a new true crime podcast, Crook County.
I got recruited into the mob when I was 17 years old.
Meet Kenny, an enforcer for the legendary Chicago outfit.
And that was my mission, to snuff the life out of this guy.
He lived a secret double life as a firefighter-paramedic for the Chicago Fire Department.
I had a wife and I had 2 children. Nobody knew anything.
People are dying. Is he doing this every night?
Torn between 2 worlds.
I'm covering up murders that these cops are doing.
He was a freaking crazy man.
We don't know who he is, really.
He is my father, and I had no idea about any of this until now. Welcome to Crook County. Available now. Listen for free on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.